Bam!
Bam, we're live. No transition. We're live.
Hello. Here we are.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Defend Your Romance. Oh, I'm peaking really badly. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Welcome to Defend Your Romance, Dragon Age Edition. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Let us know, chat, if there's any issues with audio, if, I have the music too loud, or if I'm too loud and everybody's too quiet, or anything like that. Just feel free to shout it out in chat, because I'm doing the tech directing, so there may be some hiccups. But welcome in, everybody. It's been a while for me on MagiRPG. I haven't been on in 2+ weeks. So hi, how's it going? How's everybody? Hope everybody's been enjoying Ignite Recall, our only stable show right now that's been going on Tuesdays. So I'm going to go through our usual stuff and talk a little bit about this show before we dive into all of the presentations and stuff and talk about how this all works. So first and foremost, you saw our lovely little intro. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I pulled a bunch of our top clips from the past year-ish. I literally just went through sort by top clips, and those were most of them in there. So that just goes to show all of the humor of MagiRPG. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll talk about all of the stuff we have going on for the next couple of weeks, though. If you were here on Tuesday, I know that they went through all of the announcements as well. But you can join us here on Tuesdays and Fridays, and now Mondays. But we'll talk about each of the shows. So first and foremost, Tuesdays, Ignite Recall. We'll be back this coming Tuesday at our usual time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So join us for Scum and Villainy for Ignite Recall. And then tomorrow, Friday, we have Ancestral Blood. Ancestral Blood is returning, and we'll be back. Unfortunately, we'll be back for, I think, only 2 weeks. So this Friday and next Friday. And then we're on another couple of week break just because of everybody's schedules. So, yeah. So yes, we'll be back.
Apologies.
Sorry guys, it's been a bit of a busy time for the Magi crew. So we'll have this Friday, next Friday, take another couple week break. We'll be back in November 1st, and I have to talk with the rest of the cast, but we'll probably be going till the end of the year. And we'll update you all on the schedule for Ancestral Blood, because we all have to sort out our schedules. But just know, we're here tomorrow and next Friday. Now, I want to talk about some of the new stuff that we have coming up. First, we have on Mondays, speaking of Dragon Age, Mondays, starting this Monday, we have a new show, a new mini-series, and that is Dragon Age Masquerade, GM'd by none other than Mandy, with several folks that you see here. Obviously, we're big Dragon Age fans here at MagiRPG, so several of the folks you see here will be part of the Dragon Age stream, and they will be using the Dragon Age RPG for this. So if you want to go check it out, join us on Mondays, our usual time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for our new Dragon Age mini-series. And the other thing you might have seen, I threw it into our intro, but hasn't been announced, is something that's not really a big show or a big announcement or anything. It's one of the more chill things like we do with Defend Your Romance. We are going to do a Magi Lorecast Warhammer edition. So we're not starting a podcast, okay? When I say Lorecast, it's MagiRPG starting a podcast? Well, sort of, not really. So to give a little context, Chris and I are gonna go on stream and just shoot the shit and talk about Warhammer. And any of our friends may know this, but when you get Chris down the Warhammer lore rabbit hole, it can get pretty it can get pretty deep. And I am a newer fan to Warhammer, and so usually this has happened many times. I'll ask Chris some questions, and we'll yap for hours about Warhammer, and so that's what we're gonna do. So if you're a fan of Warhammer and fan of Warhammer lore, 40K specifically, I don't think we're going to get into Age of Sigmar or anything like that. But if you are a fan of 40K, join Chris and I while we yap about Warhammer. That's really is what we're going to be doing. And it should be fun. I have some questions questions. And I have some specific topics I'm coming with. So Chris will be able to answer some of my questions, and we're going to talk. It'll be kind of like podcasts. It's just us chilling and talking. And we may do these just whenever we have the time. Same thing with like Defend Your Romance. We basically just do it when schedules align, when we have time. But as you all know, we could be quite busy sometimes. So it can be hard to get the schedules to align. But yeah, so that'll be next Wednesday. So less than a week from now, we're going to hop on stream and chat next Wednesday. So that is all of the stuff we have going on, the stuff that we have coming up, I believe, as far as I remember.
Real quick, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
That is correct. So we're busy again, but just for like a week. So yeah. So with that said, I'm going to talk about Defend Your Romance. For those of you who may be new or just joining us for the first time for this show, what is Defend Your Romance? Let's talk about it. So Defend Your Romance is a show. It's not an RPG. It's not a TTRPG. It is where many of the Magi cast and crew come into, we choose a different series every time we do this, and each of us have prepared a PowerPoint presentation on our romance choice. For this specific episode, Dragon Age. We all have a particular romance in any of the Dragon Age games, so Origins, 2, or Inquisition, that is very near and dear to our hearts, or a certain character, somebody that we love dearly. And we are going to present to you why that character is important to us, why you should love them. And we did this previously for Mass Effect, and it was a lot of fun. And I am going to have us later vote on what we're going to do for the next one. So we have 2 options, and we'll have chat. You guys can vote on which one you would like to see next. We previously voted, and Dragon Age won, so that's why we're here doing back-to-back BioWare. We have some new folks joining us. We have Emelind, who you may have known from some of our streams in the past. Emelind is joining us, and Chris Stormbeard is joining us. He was not with us last time as well. So they have their presentations. We all have our presentations ready to go. And how we're going to do this is we are going to let the dice decide who goes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we're going to leave it up to chance. We're letting the dice decide who's going to go. No pressure, anybody. And nobody knows who's presenting what, so it'll be a surprise. So I am going to roll in the Twitch chat, and if I remember the command, I'm just going to do a test roll really quick. Roll d20. This is not, what is it? Roll d20?
I think what the fuck is it?
No, it's just d20. Yes, okay. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to number us right here, so we're going to just go from left to right. So Tracy is 1, Momo is 2, Chris is 3, Emma is 4, Mandy is 5, Aki is 6. I'm going to roll in chat, everybody. A d6.
Oh, yeah.
A 1! Oh, shit, I go first.
There we go.
Strong.
I think, did you go last time? I can't recall.
I either went last or second to last. I think Vanessa
You were like second
Kat,
to last
Kat
or
went last, and
Yeah, I
I was
think Kat
second to
went
last. Yeah, so, okay. Oh, God.
What do you know? We'll switch it up.
Okay, all right.
You're getting it over with.
Yeah. No pressure, everybody. Okay.
I'm so high.
So, it is time to defend the romance, shall we? All right, everybody. Let's switch this over. I'm going to talk about a certain person, a certain individual, our beloved Alistair. I am very excited to talk about Alistair and be the first one to go because I actually was debating who I wanted to choose for Dragon Age because I had 3 very specific, very different romances in Origins, and then Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition, and I was like, who actually resonates with me the most? And when I thought about it, it was Alistair. But there's a lot to talk about with this because my particular journey with Alistair was a very interesting one. So I want to talk about it, and I want to break down Alistair as a character. So let's talk about his romance. And of course, I included both the Dragon Age Origins version of Alistair here and the Dragon Age Inquisition Alistair design, which when I saw him in Inquisition for this, I was like, oh my God, he looks so different. So vote in chat, everybody, which Alistair character design you prefer, the Origins Alistair or the Inquisition Alistair. Let us know what you prefer. But let's talk a bit. Specifically, I want to talk about my character, my type, okay? Because this is very interesting when it comes to Alistair specifically. I have a type, and if you know me, and everybody here knows me, and chat, you know me, my type is not like Alistair. My type is usually, my type is usually dark and brooding, somebody who sometimes can come off as an asshole, somebody who maybe starts off as a good guy, but then turns completely evil and questionably wanting to destroy the world. That's something I have to unpack about my personal preferences, why I like, quite frankly, genocidal maniacs, but we won't talk about that. People who want to end the world. There's a lot of questions here, but this is my usual type. They usually have dark hair or white hair. This is like a very clear type that I have. But if you look at all these characters, none of these characters have any correlation to Alistair. And so it's like, Tracy, he is not your type. And that's the beautiful thing about Dragon Age. Dragon Age brought something to me that I didn't realize I loved, and that is a blonde himbo. And I think every once in a while, you have a blonde himbo that comes into your life, and you have to love them. And that actually happens twice in Dragon Age, if you want to talk about Alistair and Cullen. And this is like a rare type for Tracy. It really is. This is not my usual type. And they're the only other blonde himbo I could think about in my life is Sanguinius from Warhammer. He's definitely a blonde himbo. But yeah, so this is like a very interesting thing that I was thinking about. I was like, man, he is not my type. But again, Dragon Age, it did something to me. When I first started Dragon Age Origins, I was pretty confident I was going to be romancing Zevran. He came to camp. Like, I met Alistair. I was like, okay, like, he's cool. And I was like flirting with Zevran. And I was like, he's more my type. He's the usual type. And I was flirting with him, and it was like going really well. And then something changed, and I'll talk about that in the next slide. But I want to talk a little bit just about Alistair as a character. I think he's like just honestly a very important character in Dragon Age Origins. He's one of like, in my opinion, one of like the main characters. His arc is very like interesting. It's not just there's just this Grey Warden guy. He has a responsibility to either take the mantle as King of Ferelden, continuing his life as a Grey Warden. There's stuff that happens at the end with the ritual, and you can choose to have him involved in certain ways. And in many ways, his romance is a bit of a catch-22. There's always a price you have to pay, no matter how you romance. It's not just like a happy, we're gonna love, let's fall in love and be happy at the end. There's a lot of depth to it because of these decisions you have to make. And the thing that changed for me, and I think this is what really just sucked me in, and it was the rose. God damn it, that rose. Okay, I was not. It's like it's such a stereotypical by the book thing, and I don't normally fall for that, but I fell for it so hard. You're one day talking to Alistair, and he gives you a rose. And he says some really sweet and cute things, and I was like, oh my God, no, am I falling for this man? And it happened. I was falling for him, and I just was like, I think this is it. I think Alistair is going to be the man that I romance. And I had to unfortunately go back to camp and tell Zevran this. And he was actually very chill about it. Zevran's very chill if you tell him like you're not interested. And so he took it very well. So I went back, told Zevran, he's like, okay, have fun. And that was the start of the romance with Alistair. It's very cute. It's very sweet. It's very puppy love at many times. And I just, a lot of the things, when I streamed this game myself, I had a lot of reactions with a lot of things he was saying. It was very ugu. It was very cute. I also love how many of the party members see it, specifically the ladies of your party. Liliana and Morrigan have some very great dialogue when you romance Alistair. Morrigan specifically calls him some harsh things, as she does, and there is one line of dialogue you can say, he's an idiot, but he's my idiot, and she appreciates when you say that. And Liliana gets into the girl talk, and it's very cute. So yes, in all, Alistair romance, it's very cute, but there are some hard decisions that you have to make at the end, and so at the end of Origins. So for me specifically, a couple of things I want to talk about, and I hope that all of you chose to make Alistair king, because I think that is the right choice. It was a hard decision for me because in some ways, it would be nice for him to continue as a Grey Warden, but this was a duty he had. And unfortunately, I played an elf, and you can't marry Alistair when you are an elf unless you get mods, which I did, because I don't think that's fair, and I'm just gonna say I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb that you can't marry Alistair as an elf. So I was like, I'm modding that, and so I don't give a shit. But I did. So I did end up marrying Alistair. Unfortunately, if you're playing vanilla Dragon Age, you can't marry him if you're an elf. You can only marry him if you're a human, which is just dumb. But I made him king, and also the ritual. I told him to do the thing with Morrigan, which was very weird. I don't know how I feel, but I did it. We had a talk, and we had to do it. So that is how my Dragon Age Origins ended. And the hero of Ferelden stayed with Alistair, who is the king of Ferelden. And to me, when I was playing through Dragon Age 1, 2, and 3 for the first time, I pretty much thought that was it. I did not know that in Inquisition, we see Alistair again. And this is the last part I'm going to talk about in my Dragon Age Origins experience, or my Dragon Age experience, and coming to Inquisition with Alistair. I was so excited to be reunited with him. And I didn't know there was going to be some hard decisions that come. And for some reason, I don't know what it is with BioWare romances, because we talked about this with Thane, but I love tragedy. I love tragic romances. This is another thing. As I was going through this slide deck, I was like, I just realized I love tragic romances because I had a hard decision that I had to make in Inquisition. We have Hawke, and we have Alistair. And depending on your own choices in Inquisition, this may not be your choice. Unfortunately, it was mine. I don't even remember what the decisions were that bring you to this. But when you're fighting Corypheus, or whoever the hell it is, or the Blight, you have to make a decision to either leave behind Hawke or leave behind Alistair to defend and sacrifice themselves and cover your escape, the rest of the party's escape. And I know, again, there are many options you can have for this that might make it easier to make the choice. But for me, it was Hawke or Alistair. And I sat on this decision for 45 minutes straight on stream because I was not sure what decision I wanted to make. I wanted Alistair to live. I really did. But the first gut decision that I had, I was playing true to how I thought the story should go and what I thought my Inquisitor would do and just how the story had played out thus far. I decided to sacrifice Alistair and let Hawke live. And I did cry on stream when it happened. I cried. I was really upset. I didn't want him to die, but I feel like Hawk was more needed for the future. I thought about Varric. I was like, Varric will never forgive me if I let Hawk die. There was just a lot of things going through my mind. I couldn't let Hawk die. I think Alistair, he was a Grey Warden. He wanted, like, this was a sacrifice I think he would have wanted to make. And so I sacrificed Alistair. And so my hero of Ferelden, who sent me a letter, and I read the letter, and the letter said to protect Alistair. I did not honor my hero of Ferelden, and she would later learn that Alistair did not make it during the fight. But to me, it's a tragic ending, but a beautiful one. And Alistair is just, he is a very, his romance really, it was so sweet. Okay, I'm just thinking about the ending, and when he goes, it really, I rewatched it and I was like, oh my God, this is killing me inside. But that's really all I want to talk about with Alistair. I hope you all enjoy him as a character as well, whether you romance him or not. I think getting past some of his like silly kind of cheesy lines, I think he's very sweet. He has a heart of gold. He really wants to do the best. He was raised in a chantry, and he just wants to do the best that he can. And I loved seeing his development from Origins to Inquisition. He was different. He was a bit more hardened, and I really like that as well. So yeah, I think that's everything for that is everything for my presentation on Alistair. He's the best. I love him. Thank you all for coming to my Alistair talk.
Woo! And I assume we're doing, as we did last time, we're doing a little bit of question at the end?
Yes. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Because I have one.
Yes.
I also have one.
Okay.
I have a broad one that I think since previously when we did Mass Effect, it was like typically you stick with one romance, so it was obvious what everybody was romancing. But I think it'd be cool going forward from this Prezi if we all said who we romanced in each game.
Okay.
I just think that would be fun.
Yes, I like that.
Just so I would like to ask you, in your canon playthrough, in Origins, DA2, and Inquisition, who are your romances, Tracy?
Yes, so Alistair was my romance in Origins. Then in 2, I romanced Fenris. And then in Inquisition, I romanced Cullen. So clearly it's something with the cute blondes. Again, not my normal type, but in Dragon Age, they just get me. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Chris?
All right, my question. And I don't know. So every playthrough that I've done of Inquisition, I always get Stroud. How do you get
What'd you do with Alistair?
He becomes king.
Game?
Yeah.
And he's not a warden at that point.
Okay. So if you made him king, how do you have Alistair in Inquisition?
I don't know. Unless it's...
Well, you can also... I assume she's...
World state.
Yeah. And also, I assume she's played it multiple times with different decisions.
That's fair. But yeah, that's why I always like, how do you have Alistair if you made him king in Origins?
If you do not do the full... This happened to me when I first played because I did the whole Warden's Keep and I didn't import it correctly. So Nora was queen and Alistair's a warden.
That's probably what happened.
If you didn't do Dragon Age Keep,
and it also probably got fucked up with my mods. I modded quite a bit in my playthroughs, so probably when I married him as an elf, it might have also messed something up. Like I definitely modded a lot. And so when I was importing my games, that's how you get it. So if you just keep him a Grey Warden, he just,
that's how you get him in Inquisition.
That's how you get him in Inquisition.
Damn.
But if he's king, you never get that choice. You get Stroud and you get Hawk, which is easy.
You do
Easy
still get
choice.
to see him in Inquisition, though. If he's king, you do still get to see him.
Yep,
you can also get Loghain there too.
Yes, I heard.
Everyone.
I did hear about. Yeah, I was like, I know there's multiple options, and like that would be
also
easy.
an easy choice.
And man. So okay, I was gonna say, what did you guys all have then?
Either
Stroud.
Stroud.
Proud.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Even
so
if I-
none of us had to make that choice because I was
Yeah, I
like,
know.
that
But
doesn't
I
happen
have
for
heard
me.
of the choice.
when I
cares about Stroud? I don't care.
when I very first played it, Inquisition was my introduction to DA. So I just did the pre-roll state. So
Oh.
Alistair was
Baby.
my warden, and it was super easy for me to kill him because I didn't
you
know
don't
him
know.
and I didn't have that. And he's a Grey Warden. That's his duty. That's how I played it, right? That's also why I like male hawk more than female because I just use default.
Oh, you got
And
carrot. Yeah.
what do you call it? When you don't do that, a lot of shit can get really fucked up though. Like unless you enjoy the default world states, is just you're gonna miss out like on a lot of references and a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure Connor is dead in the OG one, so you never
don't get him in
Connor.
Redcliffe then?
No, but fun fact,
Brother.
you still yell no Connor in the thing.
Well, you know.
Yeah, that's just Inquisition being buggy. So yeah, if you don't do it if you don't like do the keep properly and load it
Yeah.
in properly, that's what fucks everything up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. I really messed myself up there.
Unnecessarily difficult
You
Put
did.
myself through
You did,
trauma.
yeah.
Oh my god,
You
that
did,
was
yeah.
so
It's
difficult.
fun though.
Accident.
It's fun though.
But Canon Hero Ferelden is dead. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, Canon Hero
Canon Hero
Ferelden
Ferelden
dies.
is dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
shit.
is
Fuck the
there
Canon.
is no Kieran. That's
My
a whole other
hero's
thing.
dead.
I played my very first playthrough was very fucking different from what I consider canon.
I think that's fair. You get to decide what your canon is.
My
Wow.
warden was elven mage, so, and I romanced Alistair. So
Did you
Yeah,
did you
no,
not mod so you couldn't marry him at the end or yeah.
I played it on console originally.
Console, baby.
Mm,
Yeah.
damn.
So my hero Ferelden is dead. She sacrificed herself.
Damn.
I would love to hear all these options at the beginning of everybody's like vague world states at the beginning of everybody
I like
prezzies.
that. I like that. Oh,
I think that would be fun because I just love to talk about Dragon Age if everybody wants to do vague little. My hero
vague.
Ferelden is dead. My hawk is with this person or dead. God forbid.
Damn.
You know what I mean.
So did anybody
That'd be
else besides Mandy romance Alistair? I'm curious.
me.
Oh, you both did. Okay. So, yeah. Okay.
Not for long, though. I didn't have the mod, and so he said, "Oh, sorry,
Ah.
I can't make elves royalty." And so I said, "Fine, I don't need to date your racist ass anymore. I'm gonna go run off
Really?
with Severin."
Oh my god. Damn. Yeah. The truly the whole elf thing, especially in Origins,
Yep.
it like kills the
Fucking
playthrough.
half elf too.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna
I
say,
was
can we talk about that really quick?
devastated.
It's canon. It's in the book.
He literally is. Fiona is his mother.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
canon, but he doesn't know. Nobody fucking told
That's
him.
to
And
be
that's-
fair. He doesn't know.
Yeah, no, he genuinely he doesn't know.
Baby
he's,
doesn't
he's,
know.
He's his mom's a mage elf. He doesn't know, and that's where I give him benefit of the doubt because nobody will
doesn't know.
tell him. You ask Fiona, and she says no. It's better off he doesn't know. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Fiona.
As, as,
We're getting
as-
into
as
the
Oh,
nitty
God,
gritty.
Fiona-
the male origins Grey Warden, I have no
Say Morgan.
no dog in this fight. Oh yeah, Morgan, dude. I could have did my president on Morgan, but I was it's too easy.
It's too easy. You don't need to
Romance-
defend
you
her.
wanted
Yeah,
romance.
yeah.
It doesn't need
A-
defending.
As a 18-year-old young man discovering Morgan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like you don't
Bro,
need to.
That changed your life.
I can look
Oh,
at you right now, and I can tell you changed.
revolutionary. Oh,
Yeah.
evolved as a man.
I've seen your girlfriend. And I know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know it changed you.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
did
no,
something. Anyway,
because Inquisition was my first one and I liked it so much, I looked everything up and when I bought it so I could play it on console, so I'm no mods as well. But because I looked everything up, I found out I couldn't romance Morgan and was devastated. I'm in love with that
Why
one.
no gay?
Devastated. That I couldn't do it. And I didn't want to play a man. I really, really didn't. So I went, all right, so I'll be Kuslin. I'll be female. I will romance Alistair because that seems to be like what people like, or I'll romance Zevran. or something like that, and we'll figure it out. At the time, I didn't play Mass Effect yet, by the way, guys, so I wasn't questioning or anything. I simply put I put a pause on my sexuality. I don't know if people know that. I paused it 3 times so I wouldn't have to think about it. So I was like, yeah, okay. Leliana wasn't even an option. It was either going to be Zevran or it was going to be Alistair. I liked Alistair. The Rose thing got me too.
Yep.
What did get me more though was finding out he was mixed. Because I'm mixed. I'm mixed. And like I headcanon that my Kuslim was also mixed. Okay? So like I was like, all right. I was also a feral Kuslim. Like so I was like, y'all are lucky I'm gonna become a Grey Warden or else I would run my household. I took the betrayal and revenge very seriously. I made Alistair go fuck Morrigan, and I was like, it's fine, go do it, because like I'll kill Loghain for you, and I did, which is also how I didn't know that Loghain could live. I didn't even bother.
There's no world where that man lives to me.
The man
I
said,
agree.
the man in the first arc said Loghain must die, and I took it very seriously. So Loghain died. I didn't give him any benefits of no doubts. I don't care that his daughter
killed Duncan. As far as
I would kill his daughter too. Put the whole family on the line. Shut up, but that's fine with me. All right. There's we got 2 wardens running Ferelden, and that's the only reason why it's still up. That is my whole headcanon.
Aki, we gotta talk. Aki, we're talking.
Yeah, we gotta talk after this.
We gotta talk after this.
My last question, a question just for you guys, because I think I'm the only one that has an Origins character. Spoilers, but so we can talk a little bit more about Origins. What did everybody do at the end with the decision?
We want to go in order.
Yeah, like the ritual and the Morrigan stuff. Yeah, Momo, what did you do?
I played a female Kusland, and I romanced Zevran, Alistair King, and I had him do the ritual. I was like, "Hey, bestie, bestie, you're like, hey, bro." He's like my brother. That's like kind of how I headcanoned them. Was like for my story was like they're like very brother sisterly, and he did it for the homies. You know, he took one for the team.
Yeah.
And so she's alive off with Zevran. That's that.
I made him do the ritual. I knew what was at stake. Both of us living. And I really like Morrigan. I do, in fact, trust her. We were max friendship first before anyone else in the party.
Yeah.
And this is without, like, I barely use gifts. Like, that's how
all I used.
we were in sync. And so I trusted her. And if she said that this was the only way that we would both live because we were, like, one of us was going to die, then this is how it's got to be. And I fully trusted her. Also, I was doing Alistair, like, multiple solids throughout this entire game. Okay? Anything else that he wanted to do, I did it. Okay, once again, Loghain gone. He was gone so fast. I was so over leveled, like it was ridiculous. I threw my dog at him and I fucking offed him in front of his daughter, and then she'd be next. I don't care, man. Whole blood.
Yes,
off,
yes,
gone.
let's go.
It's the way I would have done it if he wanted that. But
oh my god,
he has to fuck Morrigan and give me that child. Okay, because we're not gonna be able to have kids. That's another thing. I really like Morrigan, and I'm like in the witch DLC. I was like, I'm gonna go help you raise your kid. That's what I chose to do, by the way. Like that's it. So I'm like, I'm so ready. That's my future king. That's our heir. That's our heir. Okay, like
see you in Veilguard. Our son.
Yeah, that's it. That's how I have it. I have. Okay, the map. I saved Connor. I reloaded 13 hours to get Connor completely saved. You're gonna take this. You're gonna fucking take this. You'll give it, then you'll take it, because he gets pegged. Like, this is how I see Alistair. I really like Alistair, but
it's fine.
Fuck around then.
It's okay. This is our show where we're allowed to be off the rails.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey Chris, what did you choose? Go, your turn.
Well, as the male playing,
Oh yeah.
Grey Warden.
Hey now, don't. Hey, that was my second playthrough, bitch.
Oh, okay. Well, my first one, Morrigan. Of course, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. if I get to do the deed, I'll do it.
Of course.
Yeah. Alistair King. What were the other choices?
Your hero's alive, yes.
Yes. Because I
And
remember.
with more, did you go off and witch hunt with her to raise the child?
Yes, because in Inquisition,
She shows up. Yeah.
and the Inquisitor can ask about like where is
I
it?
love
And then,
that shit so much.
Yeah, and with her son, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Kieran.
Yes, he's like
Your son.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
literally horse.
And he's like, there's a quote from Inquisition where they talk about like, where's Daddy? So
It's so cute. I love a male Morgan romance with a little baby. It's so cute.
yeah. So yeah.
That's my second playthrough too.
What about you, Emma?
Before I lose a thought, underrated Origins romance that's just like very vague and barely alluded to. Tamlin. When you play.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to choose one specific dialogue option, and then there are several comments that are made throughout the next bit about him trying to be with you, and then this is his fate, and he literally comes back to camp later when he's a shriek, and he says he doesn't want to hurt you, and if you've chosen a line, he fumbles through, always loved you, and then the entire camp attacks him.
Oh. Damn.
The way that wrecked me. Okay, we just had to give him a little honorable mention here,
Yes.
'cause I forgot about him. Okay. So, I made Alistair King. I romanced Alistair initially, because I didn't know Zevran existed yet. That changed very quickly. Morgan and Alistair did the Dark Ritual. My Mahariel is alive with Zevran, running around, being adorable. Easy choices.
Hey Emma, are you able to up your mic a little bit?
Yeah.
Having a hard time
Am I
hearing.
Eat your mic. Eat your mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me turn you up on
I
Discord,
turned
too.
it up.
Cool. That should be better.
Is this better?
Yes.
She quiet
Awesome.
baby.
Sorry.
She just baby.
And Mandy, what about you? What was your decisions?
Let's hear it.
So, yeah, if I'm remembering right, it's a long time ago. So I had Circle, Elf, Mage, Alistair's King. I did opt to do the ritual.
With Alistair and Morgan did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's the only option if you do it. Right? Or I mean, unless you're a male. Yeah.
Yep. So I had him do it. It just made the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the story. But yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
really.
So none of us know, none of us had a story where you don't do the ritual, which,
I have one.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But in canon.
Like
Yeah,
in your,
but
like,
not in your canon.
your
But not
main,
your canon. Wait.
yeah.
Assume
you're
that I've
mean.
played every Origin and every romance because it's been a long time. I have. I literally have.
Same.
But
same.
canon.
The one time where I decided to die to see what happens, it was like my second playthrough, and I played
bold.
I played it like an Elven Mage. I think, yeah, Elven Mage. No, I don't know if it was Mage actually, but I know it was a male elf, and I was with Zevran, because I swear to God, I was like, yeah, I'll do it, and only way I could fuck Morgan. Have a kid. But I was like, oh, let me just like see what happens. And Zevran, when the warden dies and you romance Zevran, is the saddest thing I've ever.
Oh,
fucking
shit.
read.
Don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about it. I cannot handle it
Yeah,
right
he
now.
like
I will cry
squares
before
off
my
with
presentation.
Everything. My guy gets mass depression.
He never fucks again.
Yeah.
Literal.
Damn.
Stop. Dragon Age episode 2. I will do Zevran. I promise.
Yes.
You know, the other option was sacrificing yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I think I did that on the first play. I played them all so many times I don't remember
Right.
what my first one was. I have to think
Valid.
about it. I think my character sacrificed herself in the first playthrough. But
Damn.
after that I was just like, just do the
Yeah.
actual whatever.
All right, gang. Let's move on to the next presentation. So I'm just gonna do another D6, and if I roll a 1, I'll just re-roll, and we'll go with the same numbers for everybody. So let's roll D6. A 6, Aki!
Ooh, that's neat. That's neat. Okay, one
Let's
second,
go.
one second.
She's already warmed up.
I am. All right, you gotta wait a hot second because my sister, I like begged my sister over Discord to get me water because that.
You need her water
Yes.
before the thirst.
Yes, very important.
No, it's because I'm gonna
Thirst
get
is
like
incoming.
I get really into it, right? So I don't want to like yell when my door
You're
is
gonna be
wide
spitting.
open. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let me know when it's.
Without further ado, take it away, Aki.
All right. Before I start, because we said we would do this, we would say a little bit about our world states before we started. So you already know that my canon is female Kuslan with Alistair as a romance. I then played male Hawk canon, mage specifically, and romanced Fenris. It's a rival mance. That's what I'll be talking about. And I killed Anders. If Anders doesn't have a hater, I'm dead. Thank you.
Poor
That's
Anders.
it. Me and Anders, it's very personal. It's very personal. I won't get into it. I might when I talk about this, but I won't get into it. I swear to God. Inquisition, it's Dalish Elf. I swap between Mage and Rogue, and it's with Dorian. That's it. GG. Now we'll start the presentation properly. Fenris, the original, he got that dog in him. Presentation by Aki. So a disclaimer, my hawk is not white. I am in discourse when I do Dragon Age stuff. So I am very, very passionate about my hawk specifically not being white. My because I fully reject the white savior complex stuff that some people like to put on Fen Hawk romances, but really every romance in like Dragon Age 2, like some of y'all are fucking freaks, okay? Derogatory, full derogatory. So I'm in discourse when it comes to Dragon Age 2 sometimes. My hawk is not white. I reject it. And I think personally that my hawk looks like Rahul Kohli. Look at that. Look right here. Look at that. Don't you see the vision? You should see the vision. He looks exactly like Hawk, okay? And that's just me. That's just me right now. All right. Disclaimer is done. We can move on. What are we covering? My very specific feelings, the actual plot, a brief tangent about power scaling because I like power scaling, and what rank I think he deserves. He being Fenris. All right? Boom! I lied! My specific feelings are related to the plot. The 3 main points we're gonna cover on this. So the sub points of the category will be the friendship, because the friendship romance is really cute. The breakup, because this is so important actually to their romance. And then the rival mance. Objectively the best thing about this romance. All right. So in friendship, he's actually so fucking chill. If you are friends with, he's actually so fucking chill, specifically with you. Everybody else an op, okay? Until like Act 2, and then you see a little bit more where he's like opened up, and he's only opened up after you did the opening. And they're actually both very similar, and I think you see that the most in the friendship line, but if you have media literacy, you can see it through any line, all right? They're very, very similar story-wise, okay? The family tragedy, the oppression, desperately needing someone beside them at all fucking times because they're so traumatized, actually. You gotta think about the lore, all right? And then the story, it actually matches beat for beat. Except, in my opinion, Fenris's trauma is way more specific than Hawk's. Hawk's, you literally get armor, you get accessories for his trauma, so that's fun. Okay, I remember anxiety, the ring, the fuck. That's how I figured out what anxiety was. By the way, I'm Asian. That shit's not real. Okay, the breakup, the most important part of their romance, in my opinion. It actually gives them both breathing room because they need that. And then they grow and think because they both desperately need to think. They do not do much thinking. Actually, these two together, they do not a single thought behind those fucking. He's got like green eyes or something, Fenris. Not a single fucking thought, actually, that isn't revenge. And then Hawk has no thoughts. It's all Varric. So these two need time to actually breathe and grow and think and perhaps reflect on all the trauma that they continue to get. And it's actually not fucking fair. There's also extra spice and extra angst and so much yearning. And once again, I'm Asian. I love yearning. Oh my god! I want censorship everywhere. I don't want sex. I want to hold hands. Oh boy. And I want to take it 5 years to hold hands. Oh boy. You don't even know. You don't even know the yearning. The yearning is good. The yearning is meant to be there, okay? These two have 1,000 years, but they've only known each other for 10. Canonically. Let's go. Rivalmance. I put quotes. Because the rivalmance is so fucking good, okay? What has magic touch that it doesn't spoil? Bitch! Oh my god! He says it and then he feels bad about it. He feels less bad about it when the only mage you got is fucking Meryl or Anders, okay? I wouldn't feel bad about it, dude. They both cohort with demons. I'm like, why would I feel bad about that too? Okay? But when it's you and you're his friend, he says it, he means it, then he doesn't. Or he does. Either way, he feels bad about it. You hear it. You hear it in his damn voice line. That VA had bills to pay. When you are the mage, and it's a rivalmance, he says it, he means it, he wants you to be hurt by it, and then immediately he doesn't want any of that to be true. It's great. It's wonderful. It's fucking magical. When you're getting together, when you're like gonna initiate the banging, he says, I have been thinking of you. In fact, I have been thinking of little else. Command me to go and I shall. Your rivalmance's don't go option, the one that leads to the wall pinning and then the fucking, is shut up. BioWare doesn't have a lot of good writing, but there's the budget right there. That's it. That's the one. Regardless, Rivalmance also has a lot of learning and growth in this version of the romance because they think about the things that they say after they said it, so they have to fucking apologize afterwards, okay? Therapy doesn't exist in Thetis. It's whatever the fuck these two have in a Rivalmance. I'm thirsty. More thoughts. I have more thoughts on symbolism. I'm a symbolic bitch. I really, really like symbolism. And Fembris's is specifically dog and wolf. All right, his name means little wolf. He has the fierce loyalty of a dog. A lot of that's conditioning. So much of that is conditioning. But there's a reason why when you build that bond with him, he literally says several times, whatever happens, I'm with you, all right? The world could end, and I think it almost does, but he's here for it because he's with you. And when you're romantic, he's like so into it. He's like, the world's gonna fucking end, all right? Like he's just ready because he's with you, and they're so clingy because they're so traumatized. And he's a dog, but like in the worst / best way possible. He's so conditioned, and I hate it. But also, it makes up so much of his character because in his story, I'm skipping points. In his story, it's about breaking the conditioning, but keeping the parts of it that can't, like, that could stay around or perhaps will always linger. The loyalty, the bravery. It's the reason why he's just like he's so ready to fucking kill a bitch all the times, because he's a dog that barks and he has a bite because he's trained for that. My stuff is falling out of my hair because of how fucking passionate I am. All right, more of his story, just everything about his story. Okay, a dog breaking his training, his conditioning. All right, the lyrium in his veins is very similar to how you fucking do shit with dogs and stuff. My mind breaking here. And then being an elf, very important. The story of specifically being an elf into Winter, but also just an elf in Thetis, period. Also, his ears move when he emotes like a dog. What the fuck, bro? Oh my fucking god. I don't need to say anymore, because I said it all. And I love this man entirely. I think it's, yeah, brief kanji about power scaling. Let's go. Warrior, two-handed, a baddie. Any fucking bitch, any warrior that immediately goes, forget the shield, I'm gonna go two-handed, is ridiculous. But, like, I'm here for it, alright? They're all in. They are aggro 100% of the time. If you like Bull's build, you're gonna like Fenris's build. In my opinion, two-handed didn't get good until DA2, because I'm playing DA Origins right now, and Sten can't do anything. My poor man. I love Sten. Sten is my actual romance if I had to actually choose, motherfuckers. But fucking Origins, BioWare, cowards. All of them. All of them. Lyrium abilities. We already know, okay? He just, my guy is like just brown Danny Phantom sometimes, okay? When he just, the things that he does, okay? Okay, it's good. It's great. And also, he gets like a really cool he gets several cool monikers in the books too, okay? I just want to point that out. No bullshit hesitation. The Hadriana thing, I think about on repeat. When I'm really mad, I think about how Fenris killed Hadriana. Yeah, you have my word. Me too! Why would I ever give you my word, you slaver bitch? Oh my god! Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know the dynamic was there, where they were stupid to think that he would listen, okay? And that's how you know he also worked hard to break that mentality, because he talks about that in Saharan all the time. Oh boy. Alright? Relentless when he fights, yeah. But patient. His fucking years-long plan to convince his sister to come see him in Kirkwall. That's fucking bonkers. He played the long game for that, okay? He's patient. He's patient when he wants to be. And lastly, he got that dog in him. Can't take myself seriously saying all these things. I'm almost done, I swear. What rank I think he deserves. Alright, so I'm gonna do pros and cons first, and then I'll talk about my favorite romances, because I scaled it over here. Pros, he will fight God. I don't want to date God, let alone a bald one. He will go fight him for me. Okay? If Hawk died and you romance Fenris, and Fenris will find out because Varric will tell Fenris, you think he's gonna let my Inquisitor live? Sure, he grew, but not that much. What the fuck, bro? No. It's over. It's over. Inquisition's over. That's why I never killed Hawk. That, and I think Hawk, if anyone deserves to live, it's Hawk. Like, you know, just GG's, okay? Very loyal. Enough said. I talked about it. The banter is never boring. It's never boring. He was never on my bench because it was genuinely never boring. Even when I wasn't romancing it, it was the funniest fucking thing. He'll just say shit, and I'm like, damn, you think like this? Okay, me too. Cons, he's like really fucking traumatized. I'm a big Virgo. Like, I'll listen, but like after a bit, I'm like, just please, I'll pay for therapy or something. Come on. So like, and I don't think he'll do therapy because he's also brown. So like, you know, we're gonna be fighting this fight. We're gonna be really fighting this fight. He has a minor drinking problem. I can look past this, but considering that I didn't look past it for Shane in Stardew Valley, can I really? I don't think I'm that good of a person. And we will probably argue because, you know, like, he wants all mages to die and I don't. That's all right. We're gonna the table, the walls, everywhere, man. He got breakable hips. It's great. Favorite DA romances? He's actually Dorian for sure is my favorite for very specific reasons. But he's 2. He's solid 2. He was 1, now he's 2. And like honest to God, it's not even by a lot. That's why they're like their rank is about the same to me. I like them so much. They're on the opposite ends of the same scale. Like it's great. And you can also see I put Alistair there. I put Liliana also over there. Josephine's there. I put Solus here, but Solus needs to be a lot less for me because I personally have never romanced him, but I've watched other people do it, so I like it for the story and I like it for the main character energy. That's the only reason why his score is that high. It's because I respect the main character energy when you romance Solus. That's it. Truly, it's that high because of that. Zevran also up here because we suffering. Iron Bull, Isabella, Zevran, we all suffering. We suffering together. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Woo!
Let's fucking go!
He got that dog in him, yo.
He got that dog in him! And that dog is Garrett Hawk.
Very cute. Very cute art also, Aki. Props.
you.
Very
Also,
cute.
yes, loved your little art pieces. Thank you. That
Yes.
was a treat. Your passion is always great.
So I thought that was very interesting because I also romanced Fenris, but mine was very different. I played female hawk, and I played a rogue. I didn't play a mage. So I was curious like how the romance goes when you are a mage because he's like so anti-mage. I actually had in my playthrough, I messed up some things where I had to go back because I messed up my romance with Fenris. I forgot what the decisions were, but I was too pro mage and like I ruined it with him, so I had to go back and be a little anti-mage.
Yeah. That's the trick with him. Be a little bit anti-mage, but you can be full pro.
Yes.
More like as long as you don't side with anything remotely slaver-like. Okay?
Yes.
That includes with the Templar shit because the Templars in Quirkwall were fucking weird. They were all ops, all of them. But what do you call it? If you can basically go full pro mage actually, and as long as you don't side with a singular thing when it comes to slavery and stuff like that, he'll still be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can dwiddle and dwaddle a bit. Like I go full rivalmance all the time because it's genuinely so fun.
Yeah.
He walks like this
fucking's
when he
better,
wants to
you
talk
know?
to you. It's great. He's so upset. He's so upset. And then he stares into my dead eyes and goes, damn, I literally see myself. It's great. It's great. I love them genuinely together.
And
they're both so traumatized.
Fenris definitely has like one of the best like spicy romance scenes in my opinion.
Yes.
It is
Yes,
so
I agree.
the wall pinning, it just it's
Wall
like
pinning,
whoo.
the wall
I don't know.
pinning,
Y'all
the
seen
wall-
Isabella?
Yeah, Isabella's.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
I think.
yeah.
Anyway.
It's
Yeah,
Fenris got a good one.
Dragon Age 2, I only, when it comes to romancing, I only romance the gender of the hawk that I'm playing. Because I don't know why.
Gays only.
Yeah, I don't know why
Hawk is so gay-coded.
the objective heterosexual one just feels incorrect. I feel like they were all written to actually be gay, and then they did the bisexual.
They all
sprinkle
fuck. You
at the
know they
end.
do.
They all fuck. Like no, like that's
a polycule.
For sure. That's a
That's a
polycule.
polycule.
I also ship Meryl and Isabella the most. So that's my
Oh, yes.
I'm into that.
I hate the Isabella Fenris romance that happens if you
Oh,
don't
I
romance
hate that.
them.
No, I don't like that.
I don't see them as a thing.
No, I don't like
that's
that.
where that's what. Remember when I said he's like really traumatized? That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I don't like that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Icky. Ew.
Genuinely. I mean, I can see it.
Particule is my headcanon.
I think Dragon Age 2 is a bunch of gay motherfuckers, and they
Yeah,
all
I
think-
fuck.
Yeah, I think they all fuck. I think
They're
it's a
all
Rolodex.
fucking, y'all.
Absolutely.
Hate to break it.
Yeah.
But I will that Fenris rivalmance, the very first scene, the shut up, throwing him to the wall. That awoke
that's
something
hot.
in me. I need you to know I'm some minor the whole time I was playing these games. That awoke something in me. I think
Same.
that explains a lot in my taste of men, where I want them to be really big and really submissive, like all the time.
Oh, so you're.
Turn that man to an S.
It's learn about Aki Hour now.
Oh my god, I love this.
and
Canon Fenris bottom. Thank you.
Fenris, like, okay, like that's all I'm saying. all the time.
I don't care who he's with.
I also agree with you about the banter. I think I always had Fenris and Varric in my party, and their banter was just the best. Like they just had
It's so good.
They had great lines when you're walking through the city and stuff. I love them. Yeah, so totally agree. No notes. Great presentation.
Amazing, Aki. Thank you for your treat. That was
Thank
so
you,
fun to
Aki.
watch.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, like,
Passion.
did you make that like that background and stuff?
It was good.
I slap like layers together. So there
looks
it's
good.
several layers. Yeah, if you ever I really like presentations. So if you ever want
see her
like, a fun
Morinth one?
little- My Morinth one moves.
Oh,
and,
yes.
Like well, I mean they
Stop.
all
Oh, yeah.
move, but my Morinth
I
one was
just gotta
crazy.
I gotta give you props. That graph was a real graph.
That
It
was
looks good.
That was
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
That had you could like.
Her
move-
Prezi was good, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The
they all
blood
are
splatters.
gonna be.
One day I'll do a presentation on how I make presentations.
Right?
I promise.
Oh.
I'll
For
do it
real.
fun.
That would be
Presentation.
Sign us up.
Yeah,
Sign us up.
for real.
We're all there.
Okay. Any other
Beautiful.
last comments, thoughts for Aki before we move to the next one?
She always covers everything. I never have any questions
Yeah.
or notes.
Yeah, no, I was about to say. I will say I said it in our chat earlier. I'm someone who wants to like Fenris so much, but have difficulty because of the mage thing. Because I'm so pro mage.
Same.
And you really did something for me. I
Yeah.
will say, I know we never intend to convince people, though we say we want to, but I think you've convinced me. So
Good. Very
I
good.
take that as a trophy.
I'll-
You've convinced me.
Because I know you like Dorian. Because I know
yeah.
you like Dorian. Okay.
You know I love
Just
Dorian.
like how being positive, just having Dorian and having a positive relationship continues his little progression route where he goes, oh, maybe slavery is not bad. It just takes a minute.
Oh, I see.
The
what you're saying.
same thing happens with
Oh, we-
Fenris.
oh, we
The
gotta
only
talk later.
difference is- Yeah, the only difference is Fenris is real aggro about it.
He is.
Yeah.
For good reason.
He's so aggro. I don't know. Cole, Drake, I don't know where my sticks went. And they weren't sticks, they were makeup brushes. I don't know where they went.
He got so passionate they fell out, dude.
They
don't-
flew while you were thrashing around.
Thrashing about in the Fenris heat of it all.
I love
And that's
that.
all we do here.
I
It's
love
what
that.
he would have wanted.
It is what he would have wanted.
It's what Fenris would have wanted.
Okay. So
All right, let's roll a d4.
yes,
Next.
D4.
We're D4
one
now.
Those
Momo,
are-
2 Chris, 3 Emma, 4 Mandy.
I'm one. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's me!
Oh god.
This is actually a perfect segue. I was hoping I would go after Aki.
Oh shit.
Because the theming would be perfect.
All right.
Okay. 1 minute. I'm pulling my damn notes, y'all.
Yep. I'll give you a second. Let me know when you're ready to switch to your.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, Momo. Without further ado, take it away.
So, as per usual, I'm yet again yelling at BioWare for not letting me romance the best goddamn character. I didn't plan this, I promise. If anyone saw my Mass Effect, like our previous Mass Effect episode, and I did Rex, I really don't mean to choose the ones that can't be chosen. I promise. This is not a bit, this is not a joke. I wish it wasn't, guys. Please. Just give me what I fucking want. Yeah. I'm gonna be presenting on Varric. Come on, Varric Tethris, the best fucking character in BioWare history, and I will say that very proudly. And I have evidence to back it up. Before I get too deep in though, we did say we would talk about our world states. I did a like in my canon playthrough, I did a female human Kuzland who romanced Severin, and they're journeying off together, fucking up the Antivan crows, because fuck them. And then in Dragon Age 2, I played a female mage hawk, who I chose Isabella because I cannot have Varric, and because I love pirates and women. And Inquisition, I play a male Trevelyan mage, and I romance Dorian. And I am friends with Solus in that game, and hoping to save him in Veilguard. And that is my world state, pretty much, before we get into it. Because that will color a lot of my opinions in this presentation. So, Mr. Varric Tethras. Let's get into it. I know, you all know who I am as a person. I'm very thirsty, I'm very feral, I am a little gremlin. But, I need y'all to know how much I actually enjoy Varric. This is, yes, I will be making jokes. I will be silly goofy. I will have a silly little time. And I will objectify Varric, as he deserves. But I also need you to know how much I love him as a character before I really get into that. He's, and I do not use this lightly, one of my favorite, if not my most favorite, characters in a video game and media in general. So this is a very serious presentation for me, even though I will try to make it very interesting still. He is a character that takes every trope written into him and flips it on its head. He takes the typical silver-tongued rogue, and Mary Kirby says, let's make him a dwarf. Something we don't get very often. Let's make him friends with everyone. Let's actually make him the narrator of a whole game. Who actually, by the way, is unreliable at times in his accounts of things, when that in and of itself is a contradiction, as Varric very often says, and is literally something he says. A good story you don't really write. It was always there, you just uncover it. That is his, pretty much his life motto is, I am the narrator, I am there to watch and tell the stories of my friends. All the while not being able to save them. I'm getting sad before I get silly goofy. Bartrand, Anders, Solus. Anyway, gotta hit you with a little bit of sad first. But I could literally catch me out on youtube.com making a 4-hour character analysis video on Varric Tethras and how good of a character is, how well written he is. Mary Kirby, thank you, bless you for writing this man, especially when you know that the notes that she was given when Varric was first being made, conceptualized, was, hey, we're gonna frame Dragon Age 2 from a narrator perspective. Give me a narrator. And she was given basic concept sketches from Matt Rhodes, and that's it. And she gave us Varric, and my fucking gosh, do I love him. Yeah. And I could go on, and undoubtedly I will go on, probably longer than I'm supposed to. I'm sorry. I'm being silenced by corporate MagiRPG, and I cannot make a 4-hour character analysis on him, but I can give you something equally as good. I can talk about what's important. His looks, his charm, the physicality of Varric Tethras as a man. My God. Take him in. Fuck. Y'all, I'm sorry. I want this man biblically, and it will show. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to accept that. So let's begin. You know what I like. You know what I'm about. Let's fucking go. Let's take a moment.
Perfection.
One moment. I want everybody to just take this in. Have your wine, your water, whatever, really. Yeah, that's.
It's just got warm in here, don't you think, guys?
Yeah, I'm feeling something right now. Yeah, that's. Oh, I think I need another sip of wine. Wow, that's something. You know, the first thing I see on a man are his beautiful tits. Oh God. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay. Anyway, so his voice, right? Like, wow, Brian Bloom, right? I will assume that everyone has heard Brian Bloom's voice. Please tell me you've played Dragon Age 2. Please. If you haven't, I will hopefully make this little clip work via the power of technology. A clip that is, of course, legally trimmed down. And we'll see if this works. Because I need everybody to hear it before I talk about it, okay? It's very important. And if you don't hear it, don't tell me no. I hope everyone heard that. Please tell me you did.
Oh, nobody can hear it.
Oh,
great!
It didn't work!
Great, it didn't work. And also it took me out of Canva. That's great. So you're just gonna have to imagine that. That's totally fine. I can talk about his voice. Oh my God, don't look at my...
We heard it, but they did not.
Ah, well, that's okay that chat didn't hear it. Chat, Brian Bloom is a voice actor of Varric. I will assume a lot of you have played Dragon Age 2. I would hope. If not, give it a listen. I recommend it. The video is right there. Art of Voiceover. It also includes Claudia Black, the voice actor of Morrigan, who also has a very, very delectable voice. But we're not here for Morrigan. She doesn't need defending. No, she doesn't. We all know this. That's why. That's you know.
That's why no one picked her.
Nobody picked Morrigan because she doesn't need defending. We're not here for her.
Right there.
But, of course, for our narrator, we get literally the voice of an angel. I so rarely latch onto voices, but it's certainly, especially as a little ace bean, like, this really, his voice is like molten gold. It like flows through your ears so seamlessly, and it does not help that, like, everything Varric says is just... It's so fucking smooth, and I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Everything. Whether he's insulting someone, or being serious, or even when he's distraught, I'm like, why do you sound like that? Also included on the screen are some of my favorite lines that he says. If anybody's been reading. I'm not going to read them out to you. This is not a middle school presentation. Please. Anyway, the voice is a big in for me. It's the right amount of rasp and liquid gold. Perfect for our narrator. But if the voice is not enough to sell you, I got something else for you. Now, you all, if you've seen our previous episodes and you know anything about Momo as a person, you know I'm a big fan of size difference in my ships. Real into it, But before I was, I presented you an 800-pound man, who was a Krogan in our previous Mass Effect one. But we're going to scale it back a bit. I'm gonna go the reverse. Consider, Varric is the perfect size for cuddling. Small, but sturdy. Got a nice chest to lay on, very soft. Dwarves are sturdy. And he's the perfect size for other things. Things that maybe shouldn't be described on a Twitch stream that may get us banned. But you just let that little mind wander. Really think about what could be done with this size difference here. Okay? You're thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. We're all
thinking about it.
We're all thinking about it.
Oh, we're all thinking about it.
I mean, that small, sturdy man. Strong enough to pick you up, certainly. I mean, what's to stop him from... Okay. Maybe I went too far. Maybe it's time for another sip. Maybe everyone needs another sip to really contemplate what this means. Interesting.
Can we get some bonks in chat?
Wow, it's really warm in here, isn't it?
You're wearing fur.
Or maybe it's me laying my cheeks upon his chest hair. Right. So, I think I've given you some really good examples of why Varric is a great romance option. In fact, one that was planned. I know. I came with evidence. You thought this was a silly, thirsty little presentation. Well, it was that. But also, now I'm actually going to provide receipts as to why Varric is the best romance option for Hawk. So, for the uninitiated, or just missed it, went under the radar, no judgment. I'm here to spread the word, as it were, the Tethys Bible. Varric was planned to be a romance. In fact, confirmed here by David Gator, who was working on Dragon Age 2 at the time, Varric was planned to be the default romance for Hawk. If Hawk did not romance anyone, he was intended to be your default option. An unrequited love, in fact. Or, requited if you chose so. Depending on options, of course, in a DLC that we never got because Dragon Age 2 was rushed. I'm staring angrily at EA somewhere in the distance. But the plan was that, as I said earlier, Varric is an unreliable narrator, which is why I love him. And the plan was that there would be a scene at the end of Dragon Age 2 where Varric would reunite with Hawk after being released by Cassandra and reassuring them that the relationship was kept secret. That was the original plan for the game. Because, Varric's a storyteller, and sometimes his stories are fictional. But that never happened. But because of that, a lot of the remnants of that romance that never came to be still exist in the game. This is my endorsement to play Dragon Age 2. I will admit, I know it is one, especially for a lot of people who started with Inquisition, that gets skipped over for lots of reasons. This is my endorsement. Please play Dragon Age 2. While it lacks in a lot, its character writing is quite good. And it is honestly what holds the game together. It's a very intimate and personal story, and it really resonates with me. That being said, let's explore those nuggets together. Because now I want to make you sad again. We've had our silly goofy time. It's time for sad time. So, I think the biggest nuggets that are still left is actually, funnily enough, an Inquisition. I mean, like I said, my recommendation is to play Dragon Age 2 and play it through the lens of Varric being your love interest, as that is what the developers intended. If they had had the time and resources, play it. It's an interesting play when you play it that way. So those are nuggets on their own, but in Inquisition, we still get some of those really good moments and more of the heartfelt, tragic ones that I want to talk about. So it's a while before we get to Hawke and Inquisition. Here lies the abyss, something like that. I don't remember the exact mission, something like that. Here lies the abyss. That's when we start, that's the Hawke stuff. The Hawke arc, if you will. And, obviously we know in Dragon Age 2, there's DLC to fight Corypheus, and, in which we go. He's the main baddie in Inquisition. We all know the plotline of Dragon Age, I assume. If you don't, so interesting why you're here. Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
We appreciate, if you don't know this, we so appreciate that you're here, and thank you for listening to a game series you know nothing about. Like, we love you. But we all know the basics. And I'm going to operate under that and try to keep it a little clear for those who are not and are just being sweet and supporting. And it is pretty far into the game that we get that mission. And that in and of itself, shows how protective Varric is of Hawke. Because my agenda here is to tell you how Varric loves Hawke, undoubtedly. That's that. That's my prerogative tonight. I'm not telling you how he's your romance option. I'm telling you how he is in love with Hawke. You're welcome. So, Varric first only offers Hawke up after, all the shit that happens in the first half of Inquisition, and also after being interrogated through all of Dragon Age 2, afterwards. Finally, when he has someone he can trust, which is the Inquisitor, which even then, Varric never warms up to the Inquisitor like he does Hawke, but he trusts them enough to present them with his Hawke. And even then, it is a very private meeting that's very hush-hush. You can go around the Skyhold and talk to companions about who people think this secret little, person is that Varric's invited. Cassandra also very pointedly is like, it better not be who I fucking think it is. Because I'll wring... Literally, quote, she says, I'll wring his little neck. So funny. It is in fact who she thinks. And you meet with Hawke, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Right, amazing. And then your Inquisitor gets the lovely chance to encounter a fight between Cassandra and Varric. You can side with either one, of course. I don't think there's a wrong decision here, because I like them both, and they both come from valid viewpoints, respectively. Though I always do choose Varric. Obviously, I'm presenting for Varric. Why would I not choose him? But he says something... My whole point of bringing this up is he says two very important lines. After the conflict is done and you resolve it in whatever way you do, as the Inquisitor, Varric turns to leave. And he stops. He hesitates. And he looks back at Cassandra and the Inquisitor, and he says, you know what I think? If Hawke had been at the temple, she'd be dead too. You people have done enough to her. And it's the way I'm gonna try and not cry right here, because that shit hits me in my heart. I literally don't understand how you can not see that this man is in love with Hawke. If you don't get it, you don't get it, but I'm sorry, that's love. That's romantic love to me. And then, of course, you go on the mission we talked about a little bit previously, and depending on who you get, but Hawk is always an option. Hawk accompanies you in the fate. Whether it's with Alistair, or Loghain, or Stroud, you always get Hawk with you. And unfortunately, there are playthroughs where people choose to kill themselves. So crazy. We literally played as Hawk. That's so wild that you chose that. Yes, I am looking at people who chose to kill Hawk. Are you okay? Just asking. I know Aki said there's no therapy in Thetis, but are you alright? 'Cause, you chose to kill Hawk, which is essentially us. Interesting. Look into that. You can't kill Hawk! All jokes aside. And if you do, you get one of the very rare opportunities to get a Varric greatly disapproves, you sick fucking monster. I can't imagine a world where you would make Varric greatly disapproved, so I need a sip. Wild and crazy. Interesting. Maybe you're a bad person. I'm joking. I'm not joking. And you walk out of the Fade, your monster self, killing Hawk. And Varric says, "Where's Hawk?" Awkward pause for a few moments. And he looks a little more serious. "Where's Hawk?" And you can describe how Hawk died. And he makes this face, this little face right here, in the top left. And he says, "Well," and he literally runs away. Literally runs away from you. And later on in Skyhold, you can find him, sad, and comfort him and hug him, bottom left. And he tells you this very heartwarming story on how Hawk... Essentially, the gist of the story was how Hawk was a friend to all, and even to people that were hunting them down, Hawk always related with people. That was their draw. That's why they were the champion. They made family everywhere they went. They were a person for the people. And he mourns this. He loses himself in this moment, and you can hug him. It's very sweet. And he laments for a moment. In the only way he knows how, in sharing a story. And after this, Varric's tarot card changes. This is the only way you can get his tarot card to change in Inquisition, is to kill Hawk. Because Hawk is the most important thing to him. And if you look at that image, the reverse, I did not include it on the slide, is him happily playing a game of Wicked Grace. It's very cute. But his standard card is this one on the left. And if you kill Hawk, it turns to the one on the right. I'm sorry, but he was in love with them. I think that's literally evidence enough. Lots of companions ask him about it, and he shuts it down immediately. And I think it's really telling that our storyteller that wants to tell every story, every hero that he witnesses, from the champion to the Inquisitor, that for once he doesn't want to talk about it if you kill Hawk. And I know that's a really somber moment to end on. And honestly, it's not a big part of Varric's character. He doesn't have those moments very often. And again, I just want to reiterate that Varric is special to me. And it is in this nuance that I love him. That he can go from silver-tongued rogue to, honestly, one of the saddest fucking scenes in Inquisition for me. Even just, I didn't choose this option. I couldn't see it. I had to look it up on YouTube. That's how sad it was for me. But, like, his range of emotions are beautiful to witness. And I'm so excited to see him in Veilguard. I'm excited to see the progression of our favorite narrator. And thusly, I have, to get us off of a very somber note, I've compiled my favorite Varric memes from the internet. And it's... it's very... Look, okay, I save a lot of Varric memes in my free time because I love him. But give a moment for people to view. But yeah, I really I want to say thank you to the audience. I want to say thank you to BioWare for creating this character. I have been in love with Varric Tethris since I first played Dragon Age 2. I played Origins in 2012, was the first year that I played Origins, which is a few years after it came out. Actually, the year that Dragon Age 2 came out was 2012. And then I promptly played Dragon Age 2 and, you know, then waited for Inquisition. It's a very special series to my heart. I've been drawing Varric and have been in love with him for a very long time. I dug up old fucking art of my Hawk and Varric from fucking 2016.
2016.
Look at this ugly 2016 art. And for this, I made new art of them, of my Hawk and how I envision her, now with Varric. And I'm so excited to see where Dragon Age goes. I'm gonna get a little emotional here. Hope that's all right. I'm so excited to see where Dragon Age goes. We're in the month of Dragon Age, guys. It's been 10 fucking years since Dragon Age Inquisition came out. I have been waiting so fucking long. I waited for Inquisition. I was in high school. I had a countdown calendar for Inquisition. I've been playing these games as they came out. And I'm so excited. That first trailer, I'm not going to spoil it just in case you haven't seen the Veilguard trailer. Please do. It's very lovely. It's exciting.
We were at breakfast when it came out.
Literally, Chris Tracy.
We were almost all of us were fucking breakfast together.
You cried at breakfast.
They can all attest that we were all at breakfast together after the Darkness Emergent LARP, in Chicago. I was at breakfast crying over this fucking trailer because I got to see Varric again. And I am so excited to see where they take Varric. I'm so excited. I hope he gets the end that he deserves. And yeah, I'm super emotional about it. Like, I'm excited, whatever may come. Thank you, BioWare. Thank you, Mary Kirby, for writing this amazing character. And I hope if you haven't played Dragon Age 2, despite its flaws, that you play it. Play it for Varric. It's the first, for all you Inquisition first babies, bless Inquisition for getting us some new fans in. Like, play Dragon Age 2. Like, even be a little silly goofy. Play it from the, viewpoint that the developers originally intended, that Varric is supposed to be in love with you. It's super fun. Do it! Please, if you take anything from me tonight, like, besides my crying about Varric, play Dragon Age 2. it's underrated. It's a really great found family game, and thank you so much. I've rambled long enough.
Please sponsor us, BioWare.
I love Varric. Thank you.
Perfection, no notes.
Go shaking.
you.
hands,
That was
shaking
very
hands.
good. Truly, love and passion was put into that.
Thank you. I'm literally crying over Varric Tethers right now.
From one hawk to another. Thank you.
Man, that tarot art, if you do decide to kill Hawk, is like
When you kill
gut wrenching.
How do you do that?
That is just gut. That art just kills me when I see it. Oh my god!
How do you? It's the way he literally runs away from you when you tell him that you killed Hawk. It's the way he gets mad.
I need you to know. I need you to know that I've never seen that art because I don't do that. I've never
Exactly.
I've
never seen the art because I don't fucking do that.
I've seen the art in passing. I didn't realize that was that's how you get it until now. And
If
I
you
will
kill
also
Hawk.
say, yeah, if you kill Hawk, yeah, I didn't know about that.
Only.
And I will also say the only reason why I ever saw that scene was against my will on TikTok.
Truly
So
against my
never-
will.
because I would never.
Never.
Especially after playing Dragon. How can you play all of Dragon Age 2 and then choose for Hawk to die in the fucking Fade? Oh my god.
I can't. How could you send your own character to the fucking to die? Anyway, sorry. I'm rambling, but are there any questions? I know everything about Varric Tethers if you have a question.
How do you feel about Bianca?
So I want everyone to know
question.
that I did have a specific slide for Bianca in this, but I didn't want to dwell on the negative, only the tragic. Because I believe there's a line from Aveline. I did put it in my presentation specifically. And she says something to the effect of, wow, Varric, you're so afraid of commitment, yet here you are at Hawk's side for the past 6 years. And I truly believe, and he says in response, Aveline, you know that I'm a liar. That's what I do. And I believe Bianca is his safety blanket. Varric is a friend to all, but he opens up to very few. If you play Inquisition, it takes him a very long time to actually open up to the Inquisitor. I think that's why it takes about halfway point to meet Hawk, is because it's around that time where Varric starts to trust you. A friend to all, but like, a bestie to none, except for Hawk. If you don't want to romance him, besties at least. And I think Bianca is his shield, his safety blanket, I was in love once, and that's enough. I don't want to experience that pain again. And I think that's actually Varric's arc, is he's a narrator, and it is a curse and a blessing. He gets to sit by and watch these heroes, his friends. Not spoilers for Veilguard. It is in the very first trailer that was released, but you see it in all of Varric's tight-knit relationships, save for Hawk because he guards Hawk. With Bertrand, his brother, with Anders, and then with Solus. He has to sit by and watch these heroes, these friends, sacrifice themselves, and he can do nothing about it. All he can do is watch and tell their stories. And I think that's why BioWare does not make him a romance option. Because it doesn't fit the character. And honestly, it wouldn't make sense to make him a romance option because of that. Because he is too guarded to allow himself to love again. But I do think genuinely he loves Hawk so deeply. And so Bianca is his blanket. Which we know, which is so exciting for Veilguard, everyone, his blanket gets shattered in that trailer with Solus. And they are face to face. And it is so beautiful to see these two. Please, I really hope this isn't a spoiler. I so hope. I don't want to spoil anyone. It is truly, I am sticking to just the Veilguard trailer. But to see Varric begging Solus as a friend to call him Chuckles again. He is begging for his friend to come back. I'm sorry, that's beautiful, and that's also, this is an endorsement. I have hope for Veilguard in that one scene. That writing was peak. And let's all just pray for Varric, because I'm so scared for him. Okay, thank you. Please don't kill him, Bioware.
Right? Oh my god.
Bioware, don't kill Daddy, please!
That would be, oh man.
It's the way October 31st, everyone. You will not hear from me. And the only way you'll hear from me is on social media, everyone, because I will post a live video of me screaming, crying, throwing up if anything happens to that dwarf. Okay. I've rambled enough. Please, let's let the lovely friends continue. Who's next?
Yes. So we've had 3 people go. We have 3 to remain. So I say let's take a quick break, a quick 10-minute break, everybody. Go grab drinks, go bio break, all that stuff. We'll be back to see the last 3 presentations for Defend Your Romance. So BRB, everybody. We'll be right back.
Us. 12 men with heavy blasters run into your hangar.
Oh, please, I've taken more than that.
In a row? Sorry.
I didn't say in a fight.
Can our cannons... Jesus.
Be spicy after Dragon Con, eh?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
We broke Frank!
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Frank is now pink.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
Thank you, Deuceable. And you see Deuceable crack a smile. Oh, oops.
You got arterial sclerosis. You got angina. This is gonna clear it all up.
You got
what
You
now?
got what?
Angina. Angina. All right.
You got bonitis.
Saying it, okay?
You got.
Or there is a button that says initiate docking.
Yeah.
Frank, this needs to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was not.
That one's on
That
you.
no.
Frank, this needs to stop.
And you see a child run out of the room.
Sorry.
Child.
You've ruined my immersion. Tracy, you
You can't stand under the room like that.
We did it again. We did it again.
You can't stand under the rim.
And
I'm gonna give you one chance to walk away. I'm fixing to fuck you up, all right?
Frost, you might be needed. I just say as I'm still sitting at the.
Red?
I'm trying.
I'm fucking.
It's supposed to be clear. I'm trying.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Leave it like that. Leave it like that. It's perfect.
She will get up out of her chair and go to pick it up.
What's going on up there?
What's wrong?
Your modulator's off.
I know. I'm
That's on
Jason.
purpose, this little bitch. Hey guys, you can see yourself.
I need
Perfection.
I need
Perfection.
I need a clip. I need a clip.
Flip it! It's gone!
That is like a kind of like a shadow demon type thing. Sexy shadow demon.
What is the male version of succubus?
An incubus.
Warden, would you like to talk to Falca and Ash, having had some time to clear your head walking around the city? Oh my god, that was perfectly timed. Wow.
Eli's a mood. And uneasy as people begin talking, chattering. Some people begin running, babies and children crying, families returning. Don't laugh. You ruined my immersion.
Babies and children cry.
Not babies and children. Babies and children?
So we all went to the bar, and Pritch was like stalking us. Apparently, he was following us, and like, it's happened again. Oh. Oh shit.
I have heard that Silas is, that dog. So.
That's not what they say, but okay.
Is that not what they say?
Oh
he's got
that dog.
A dog. He's got a dog.
Oh my, please stop.
In him. Oh my god.
Simone just kind of begins to walk away slowly with Silas.
We should talk more, Kaden.
If I was gonna go in guns a-blazing, I would have brought Joe with me, and then I wouldn't have had these
realize cutting off his arm was part of that.
Can I go home, please?
No.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Ross is gonna talk this through with Renee and Pierce and all them. We're going to the fucking bar. They can wait a day.
Okay.
You got your ID on you?
I actually don't know if I do, but they'll let me in. It's fine. I look old enough.
Jesus fucking Christ, you look like an Esses sketch. What do you mean? And pulls away.
Oh, I literally almost died right there. Oh gosh.
Bitch! Well, alright, well what? I'm getting character. I don't know where you are, Knight, but you're gonna be accessible.
Someone clip that.
What kind of accessible? Like,
There's a knock. Hey, it's Sal, janitor, cleaning.
no thanks, Sal. I'm taking a nap.
All right. I'm not coming back for the rest of the day, so you ain't getting
That's
your garbage
fine.
taken out.
That's fine.
All righty.
Thank you,
Bye,
Sal.
Sal. Oh. Yeah. You busy in there?
No.
Is this one of those one-on-one patient nights?
No, Sal. I'm having it's my sister.
Oh, okay. Oh, hello
Sounds
there.
like, oh, you're into it. Into that, huh? Okay.
And Sal, you hear the he rolls away with the mop, the big
Yeah.
mop, industrial
you,
mop
Sal.
thing that he has.
Fuck yeah, Goblin King, motherfucker. And he's looking for that access point.
You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people, they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
What?
Hold up. Hold up.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Welcome back. So we went through 3 of our presentations, and we have 3 more that remain. And we're not going to let the dice decide for the next 3. We're actually going to do it in a specific order. So I would like to pass it over to Chris, aka Stormbeard, who is going to be our next presenter for the evening. So, with that said, Chris, are you ready to go?
I am, yes.
Okay, Chris, I am going to switch. The floor is yours.
Perfect. I thought it was such a good segue from Varric Tethris into his imprisoner, his torturer, Cassandra Pentagast. I thought it was very fitting that we could go back to back. And before we start, yes, Cassandra did imprison and torture Varric. For good reason. Okay? She thought Hawk was spreading corruption. She wanted to find it out. You know, sometimes a seeker's got to do what a seeker's got to do, but I'm not here to defend her actions. I'm here to defend her romance. And so, further ado, I'd like to give you, are you there, Andraste? It's me, Cassandra. Preface. For this presentation, I only focus on Inquisition. I won't further talk about Dragon Age 2, and some other things I'd like to point out. The Dragon Age Inquisition romances for male heterosexuals sucks. It's garbage. And also, a lot of people don't see me as serious on this channel, but I'm going to defend this romance because if there's one thing I'm going to defend, it's my own opinion, okay? Because my opinion is right. All right, we're gonna just put that out there. Yeah, you get Cassandra, and you get Josephine as a male heterosexual inquisitor. Not great, not great. Sorry, my cat just knocked down a fork. The female inquisitors get 4 choices. You get Blackwall, Iron Bull, and then Cullen and Solus, you know, if you're a human or an elf. It's a crime to humanity that Liliana was not a romanceable option in Inquisition. And also, we've already said it, but, you know, this could have been done on Morrigan, but that's just a win across the board. Doesn't even need to be defended. And there will be a little shit-talking in this. So, I haven't noticed that much as the Mass Effect. There was a little Mass Effect shit talking last month or whenever we did it, but everyone's been kind of tame, so there will be a little shit talking. So yeah, let's continue. Who is Cassandra? Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena, Pentagast is a seeker of the Chantry and the right hand of the divine. For those that don't know what that means, she hangs out with the Pope. She hangs out with the Dalai. She drinks tea with the Pope and the Dalai Lama, and and she's high up there. She's legit. And did I say Pentagast? Yes, the royal family from Navarra. Cassandra is a fucking princess. A princess. And then, don't the Pentagast and the Navarrans hunt dragons? Yes, to extinction. She is a warrior princess who hunts dragons, and that is her family's seal or crest. If this slide hasn't already won you over on how badass she is, then I don't know what will. And I think, oh, there isn't. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry for you Cullen lovers. Yes. What is a seeker? What is a seeker? A seeker is a highly trained soldier that was created to root out corruption and treason within the Templar Order. The seekers go in when the Templars are causing shit, they drop the book, and they take charge. That is why Cassandra was essentially looking for Hawk, because there was corruption, and to find it out. Seekers are recruited as children, mostly around the ages of 6 or 7, to hone their skills over decades. And they are so powerful by this. Spoiler alert, not really honing their skills. They actually have a faith-based demon that gives their powers, which you find out. But they're so powerful, they don't even need to use lyrium to use Templar magic. We have sad Cullen here, because he goes through withdrawal and in Inquisition, and you gotta help him, or you don't. You say, just snort that lyrium, my dude. I need you. Well, Cassandra doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. She just does it because she's just so good. And I do want to make something clear that my slide missed. I typed it in, but maybe it didn't save. The Pentagasts, her mother and father were killed by choosing the wrong side of a revolution. So her family was good. So her and her brother then survived. Her brother died. So she was given to her uncle, who was trying to pawn her off to be married at the age of 12 as a political pawn. But no, she wasn't going to have this. She wasn't going to stand for this. She ran away and joined the Chantry at 12. Again, most Seekers are selected by 6. So she had 6 years of training to do as a neonate within the Chantry, in the Order of the Seekers. So she was accepted at 12 because of her name, the only time she has ever used her family's name to get something. And now she is the right hand of the divine. She is the highest level of Seeker. Again, sorry, Cullen. Okay, can we get back to Cassandra now? Of course. At her core, Cassandra, she's uncomplicated. But that doesn't make her simple as a romance. And I want everyone to hear, everyone in this call, what is the title of this show? It is Defend Your Romance, is it not? Okay, I just want to make that clear. This isn't defend your fling or to, defend your fuck buddy. This is Defend Your Romance. All right. She's the hammer to Liliana's nail. They are kind of a pair next to, the divine. Espionage, stealth, backstabbing, nah. Sword and shield. Get in there, fuck shit up. She's the John Wick of the Dragon Age universe. Focus, commitment, and sheer fucking will has got her where she is today. Everything she has earned by pure drive and determination. She has her vision of what she wants to be. But she also holds that to everyone else to be at her level. This can cause rifts, I understand. But you want to be at her level. Because deep down, she's just a romance-loving book talk girly pop. Really, that's all she is. Really? Cassandra, the sword and shield hard ass, a romantic? 100%. She is a sucker for 100% grade A romance. She goes crazy over Varric's Swords and Shields novel. But she doesn't know it's Varric writing them because he uses a pen name. And in one of your personal quests, she asks you to find this book, and you go to Varric, and you have to say, it's for Cassandra. And then he loses his shit, and he says, I'm only going to finish it because it's for Cassandra. And when you bring it to her, she gets all giddy, and she's laughing, and she's so excited, and then Varric walks out, and she says, if you tell anyone, I'll fucking kill you, in, typical Cassandra fashion. But that's what makes that Varric and Cassandra friendship so strong in Dragon Age Inquisition. She tortured him. She imprisoned him. Does he hold a grudge? No. Cassandra apologizes to him, and he jokes about it. And that's what makes her so human, because she is a human, and likable to someone looking for true romance. And when you romance her, when you get to 75% within the game, and she finally opens up to you, she wants a romantic picnic. She makes you run all over the world, go to a specific elven alchemist to get certain candles. You have to get specific flowers. You have to source a poetry book, which is awful poetry. And you read it to her under the moonlight through candlelight. And if that isn't romance, I don't know what is. And especially the quest is called The Ideal Romance. It is perfect. This stuff writes itself. I don't even have to defend this. This is just, it's flawless. It's just, if you want romance, choose Cassandra. And why I think this is the best romance in Dragon Age. Also, shout out to Mandy for finding this gift this morning. This was perfect with her little laurel on. I've never seen this helm. This is a legit helm. It's not a mod. It's in one chest, in one tower, and it's like a steel helmet that's just made out of laurels. Anyway, it's one of the best romances because it's so grounded in realism. In the Dragon Age games, with moments of intimacy and growth between her and the Inquisitor. It feels real and earned because the progression from distrust at the beginning of the game. She's ready to kill you in that first scene because you're the only survivor. You're the only survivor of the explosion. And she's like, what the fuck did you do? Into mutual respect when she starts opening up to you. And then a deeper emotional connection. Much like every real relationship we have in our lives. You meet someone, you don't know how, you got to feel them out. Then you're like, okay, this person's cool. And then you build that relationship behind it. She values honesty, loyalty, and personal growth, which allows for the authentic bond based on mutual admiration, because she is the seeker of truth within the Seeker organization. And all this connection, it just makes the romance feel substantial rather than a mere side story. When you romance Cassandra, it feels like this is a romance story. Especially at the end of the game, again, we've been talking spoilers, but if you haven't played Inquisition, I appreciate that you're here, but you're getting spoiled. When it comes time to pick a new divine, she comes to you if you're in a romantic relationship with her, and she asks your opinion. She wants to know, hey, if I become the divine, what does that mean for us? Like, I have to be the divine, but I'm thinking about our future together. And it's just beautiful. It's just storybook, love story, thinking about the future. Okay, you're winning me over. Keep going. Pros. Who hasn't wanted to romance a sword and shield Dami Mommy? Let's all raise our hands. I know everyone here has, let's be honest. Let's bring back the pixie cut. It's hot. Let's do it. It's, bring it back. Her accent. Going back to Momo's voice acting. That Navarran accent. I don't know if it's French. I don't know if it's Eastern European. I don't know if it's German. But the deep, sultry European accent that she has is just chef's kiss.
It's canonically a mix, by the way.
Okay, there we go. It's canonically
Mixed
a mix.
with Orlais, actually.
Well, they're part of the Orlesian,
Yeah.
yeah.
Research that for Monday.
There you go. She outranks Cullen. Canonically in the game, she is the highest ranking person in the game. She's practically like a general in the world. If that's not very attractive, we love a woman in power, don't we? She's practically a sister of battle when you think about it. If we're talking 40k, she was recruited as a child to be a warrior of faith, and she holds that faith above all. So she's practically a sister of battle. Her romance is literally the definition of what romance is. She'll never lie to you. Again, tapping into that loyalty, that honesty. She'll never lie to you. She'll never cheat on you. She'll never go behind your back. She will tell you when you have a booger in your nose or something in your teeth. She'll be honest with you. And last but not least, Solus respects her. During their talks, he sees her as a paragon of what humanity should be. He sees the value in what she brings to the table. And when thousands of year old elven god sees a human and says, "You're a good one, Cassandra," that speaks volumes. And now cons. These are cons not for me, but, generally. She's a human. She's a human. She's a straight human woman. For all you monster fuckers out there, this might not be for you. Straight male Inquisitor only, but with mods, you can get a bi Cassandra. Some people might view her as vanilla. She's a sword and shield wielding warrior, and she did torture and imprison Varric for lying about Hawk. But, with a silver tongue like that, sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth. It just, this happens. In conclusion, at the end of the day, Cassandra might not have the edge you're looking for, or the excitement of a foreign fantasy race, or even the spiciest of flings. However, you're looking for true romance. The connection between the Inquisitor and Cassandra is bar none the best romance option in the Dragon Age series. And that's it. Short and sweet and to the point.
Very...
Oh, sorry.
In the whole Dragon Age series, Christopher?
Yeah.
For romance? Romantic?
You think she's better than Morgan?
Morgan is not romantic.
What?
Alistair
we brawling.
is more romantic than Cassandra.
Yes, she is.
I don't know.
You haven't. I know you wouldn't know because you haven't. You mentioned
Exactly.
multiple times. You have not played it.
No.
The
Yeah.
best?
I've played both, and I do think Alistair is more romantic than Cassandra. But I also think that Cassandra is way more serious than Alistair. Okay, like if you're putting them like in their roles and stuff like that, she takes her job more seriously, and that's what I like about her.
She'd
I
give
like
you up
that
for her
she's
job.
more-
Sure.
Yeah, she would give you up for her job.
You give up
But
the
she's
Inquis-
still hot.
No, not if you make her divine.
She's still hot.
Not if you
Cassandra's
make
a
her
great
divine.
character. I think it's important to acknowledge Cassandra is
She's just a
one
good
of the best
character.
characters. Fantastic.
She's just well written.
She is. She was one of my favorite companions in Inquisition.
She is.
She's well
I
written.
feel
Her and
she's
Dorian,
super
I loved them.
underappreciated. I feel
Agreed.
she's super underappreciated, but there was rarely a time where she was not in my party. There was rarely
Yeah.
a time.
And
As
I-
the
and
little
I-
mage baby.
And I think that's why I wanted to go right after that, because I think going into Inquisition, her well is already poisoned for you. You know her from 2 for
From 2, yeah.
doing shit to Varric.
Yeah.
So you see this one and you go, oh, fuck this.
Mhm.
Like I'm not gonna like her.
Mhm.
So you're biased already. And so if you don't give her the chance, I don't think you experience it fully. And I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
Alan.
I respect the
Couldn't be
grind.
me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be
Grind.
me. Inquisition first. I saw her and I was like, wow.
I saw
It was
that bitch.
hilarious because again, I
Wow.
wasn't out yet.
Totally respect your opinion. Totally here for all
Neither-
of it. The thing I don't respect is the fact that she's fucking straight. That
The
doesn't
fact
make
that she's
any
straight
goddamn
is
sense to me.
disgusting.
And I have no
disgusting
control
that
over
she's
that.
straight.
I have
I
no
know.
Oh,
control
no,
over it.
that's not on you. We're yelling at
Purely
Bioware.
about BioWare.
Yeah.
We're not yelling at you. We're talking about
No, yeah.
Cassandra.
It's not,
Yeah.
we're not, definitely
Respectfully.
not yelling at you. I agree with
Hey,
everything you
Bioware,
said.
what the fuck?
And also,
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that she is straight. That makes no fucking
That's the
sense
gayest
whatsoever.
bitch I've ever
She
seen.
is gay as fuck. Her and Liliana
Nah.
both.
Respectfully,
Respectfully,
I think-
Leliana also shouldn't be available to men.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zevran
That's
shouldn't be
gay!
either. Zevran shouldn't be available to women, in my opinion. That's a gay fucking man.
That's
is
a gay man?
fucking
Very
man.
gay
That is a
man.
gay fucking man.
He's like,
Look, I'll attribute it to the times.
Respectfully. Same.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
But he would have been the
respectfully,
Dorian.
I think
his
if
time.
I think the writers, I think BioWare and all of Thetis put all the gods in there too. I think they all are aware that if Cullen kissed a boy and Cassandra kissed a girl, things would be very different.
Oh my god,
I don't think they would be in Inquisition. I think they'd be fucking off somewhere else with their therapy healed. There is no therapy in Thetis.
trauma
and that's why they're
healed.
straight.
That is, yeah.
I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
they have had no time to unpack any of that.
No, they haven't.
But you listed Cassandra's entire fucking history. When did she have any time? She went straight to the
Repressed.
church. Cullen, straight to the church. When were they gonna have time to unpack any of that? They want to kiss a boy, they also want to kiss a girl, but they'll never because there's no fucking therapy in Thetis.
No therapy in Thetis!
No therapy in
Let's
Thetis,
go!
there we go.
That's one thing we learned from this presentation, or from
Is
this.
there's no therapy in
If Solus,
Thetis.
if Solus kissed a boy,
Ooh.
no therapy in Thetis. No,
I
and
want
also,
to see
like,
Solus kiss a
And
boy.
like he's a god. There's like he's
You
kissed a
tell
boy,
me a god can't kiss a boy?
right? Like gods don't have.
He's
you know,
bald for a reason. He didn't let
I-
himself do it.
I've known
I
many a
very
gay
badly
bald
want-
man.
I very badly want the legendary edition of the Dragon Age games, like they did for Mass Effect, and make all of the romances bi, you cowards.
Yeah.
Do
It's
it.
in their fucking name.
Give
Come
them the
on.
fucking Baldur's Gate 3 treatment. I don't understand why it's such a hard concept. And
Except for Dorian.
also, why does everyone have to be exclusive? It's so annoying. What if you want
It's
to
part of
It is
his
annoying.
character story.
It is
I was
annoying.
gonna
It
say
is
Dorian's is very integrated into the story.
That is the only character I'm like, you get a pass.
Aryan moment. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah, unless it's integral to their character. Yeah.
Dorian
Unless
is the
it's
only
integral-
one I would
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
fully I would gatekeep.
Yeah, unless it's integral to their character arc.
Yeah.
Gimme.
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 Also, and like Sarah, but Sarah just sits on the bench. Like that's fine.
Sarah
That-
stays on the
that-
bench.
She's on the
I think
bench.
forever.
Respectfully, I respect her for Tracy. She sits on the bench.
I love Sarah. She,
And that's
she
all
and I
I'll
were
say, 'cause
besties.
Tracy- Tracy loves Sarah.
I
Yeah.
will respect that
She's
Tracy's
on the bench.
cosplay of Sarah is adorable, and I love it.
We love Tracy, but we don't love Sarah.
But we
And
don't
that's
love
okay.
Sarah. I'm sorry.
I love
Tracy.
love every companion in Dragon Age Inquisition for their own reasons. I think that is the only one where I love
Inquisition does-
every companion. Like I
Oh
had,
yeah, because Origins has Ogren.
Origins has some.
I was about to say Origins is good, but Ogren.
Yeah.
He's the only one, though.
Actually, two has great companions. Like even Aveline, I actually really liked Aveline. Like I
so good.
loved, what's the cute little mage girl, elf mage girl, Meryl. Yeah, like I did love. All
DA2 hits hard from
yeah,
companions, I would
yeah.
say. I like
so-
them. Well, are we counting Sebastian? DLC.
I'm counting
yeah.
Sebastian. I still like him more than Andrew.
Wait, I would like to say, I didn't say this in my presentation. It's canonical. That's the only person that Varric doesn't like is Sebastian. So let that speak.
Yeah.
For Sebastian, that's the only person Varric doesn't like is Sebastian. That's canon, by the way.
So I will say, Chris, very well presented. You definitely took the defend your romance of like
Yes.
you're like
You did great.
So you understood the assignment. So very
Gotta
well
do
done.
what you gotta do, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
did great.
Let's use the
Defense.
show to just be thirsty. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I know it's problematic.
well.
I know she's practically a cop. All right.
Oh, you
If
didn't
you
have to
like,
say
no,
that.
no. We
Yeah.
had Garrus Vicarian.
Yeah,
True.
Mindy did very
Yeah.
good.
True.
Mindy did
super
carry
cop.
last.
Yeah, that's true.
She's
That's
fine.
true.
She's
Yeah.
You'll
fine.
notice I didn't mention that even once. In the
Yeah,
presentation.
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
no.
Denial.
Look, if you like Garrus Vicarian, the military cop of the galaxy, then Cassandra Pentecost looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
freedom fighter.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
True.
That is true. All right.
We accept them both. We love them both.
Next on our list for presenting is none other than Emiland. And this one I am very much looking forward to.
I'm so excited, honey. You can do it.
Yes, for many reasons, this is going to be a very fun one. We'll see. We'll see what Emma has to say. So I will pass over to you, Emma. Without further ado, take it away.
Hi. Welcome to my Roman Empire. Solus is the first character that I ever romanced in a video game. Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm one of the girlies who played it first, because I had only just gotten into video games very recently, and I didn't even know that there were other Dragon Age offerings, but I saw Merlin playing it, and I was like, I would really like to play that. So this man is my very first romance. And that leaves an impression. So he means a lot to me on a myriad of levels. For example, my .edu password in law school was Varlath Vir Suladin. But more on that in a minute. I am such a simp for Solus that it's common knowledge in my friend group. They literally ask me for my takes on things and to settle disputes on Dragon Age and Solus in particular, which I very much love from them.
It's not working again.
Oh, it's not playing?
Yeah. Hold on, everybody.
We will pause.
We will, yes. I don't...
Is that Beeps, Emma?
It's Beepus.
Is that Beepus?
Beepus called me on
One
the
sec,
show
everybody.
to talk about Solus.
No way Beepus called you on the damn show to talk about
It's my
Solus.
second time on the show, baby.
I wonder why...
That's so funny.
This isn't... Maybe because is it muted? Hold on. Oh, I have the browser muted. OBS Ninja. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Sound.
No worries. No worries.
All right.
We will fix it.
Try again. Let's see if it works.
Restart it.
I will.
Oh, Beepus.
There is something that I do want to spend time with you on at some point. It doesn't have to be right now. But I do want your honest to God, honest to Eliestri, honest to Elistray, defense of Solus.
It's the way I talked to this man for about a half hour about all of this. To a man who has not played Trespasser and has not romanced Solus, I had my work cut out for me, but I didn't. All right, here we go. Credentials time. Just so you know that I'm qualified to speak on this subject matter. Here's my PhD in Tragic Elven Men. This is my actual law school diploma, y'all. I'm not joking. Okay, so we have. This is gifted to me because I am notorious. I'm not normal about this man. Not normal. Also, don't do this. It's a copyright violation. This was a gift, though, and she didn't know any better. Hand-drawn for me by a fan of my Let's Play because it was so impactful, and I'm not normal about this man. Isn't this beautiful, though, low-key? Ugh. Yes, I hang this in my room. All right.
That's above your bed.
I mean, if Merlin would let me.
Yeah, I was about to say, does Merlin allow that? Merlin, speak up. He's silenced. That king is silenced.
So, we're at the point where my device name for my Apple products is Venon. And it has been for 10 years. So, some disclaimers before we really get into it. I'm going to assume that you've all played the games. So we're not going to waste time on foundational aspects. Also, I have not consumed any Veilguard material. I haven't seen the trailer. So I'm going to avoid any and all spoilers for my playthrough. So this presentation is not going to include anything that's been revealed recently. I did, however, read the last short story in Winter Nights, but I won't spoil that for people who haven't read the book yet. All I'm gonna say is it really just supports my stances. So let's go. All right. Yes, as you can look at the date, this is March 1st, 2003. I've been on my shit for a very long time. I literally had to cut this out of one of my playthrough episodes because I wouldn't shut up about Solus. Okay, here we go. Why? Why would we want to romance the egg? We're gonna break down into categories. As cited earlier, because elf. Got dreamy as fuck. The allure of Solavellan hell. The man's a revolutionary. It unlocks the full narrative of the game. And sometimes you like a little spicy controversy. So, there are some incredible deep dives on this very nuanced, emotional romance. But today, we really are just going to touch the tip of this iceberg because I really don't have the entire day. I don't want to make everyone stay here for another 3 hours. If you do want later to look at some very talented actual dissertations on the subject, I highly recommend Dumped, Drunk, and Dalish for many an evidence-based breakdown. It's where I do most of my research. Angela's phenomenal, truly. And of course, I can't talk about Solus without mentioning the artist Nipuni, who really does fuel that sweet, sweet pain. I highly recommend both of them and their work in the fandom. Truly. They're what help you get through this tough time.
Felt the whole world change.
A figure of speech.
I'm aware of the metaphor. I'm more interested in felt.
You change everything.
Sweet talker.
He pulls her back. This man goes back in. It's the pent-up desire for me. It's the pent-up desire for me. Okay. So, let's talk about some elves. We are the last Elvain, and never again shall we submit. This is one of my, I know I'm a little biased. Everyone knows I'm an elf girly. But the elves of Thedas are so incredibly rich and storied. The cultures are so beautiful. You've got your clans of Dalish elves. You've got your elves of the Ferelden alienages, and you even have your enslaved elves in Tevinter and Orlais. We really cannot talk about Solus without talking about all these different facets of the Elvain. So, for example, here we have two of the Dalish elves you actually see, well, cosplays of the elves that you get to see and play as in the series. We've got a little Mahariel from Origins, got a little Lavellan from Inquisition. So, they are very, very cool because they have a special connection to Thedas, the world around them, in the novel Mass Empires. Highly recommend as a read. It's a lot. So read it at your own risk. Read it in bits and pieces if you need to. I had to put it down 3 times before I could finish it because it's a lot. But you find out that when elves are in the crossroads, you get to experience this in game as well in Trespasser. The area looks different to them because they have an inherent connection to magic in the world. Also, as an elf enjoyer, it's such great lore, and it definitely adds to Solus's allure. And I know we're starting off a little silly, a little superficial, but please let me cook. This is my actual reaction live on stream. And I am not ashamed to say I do this almost every time we walk in here and talk to this man. We were talking about voices earlier. I feel like this is a common trope. Charm person. If you had to tailor it to people, that would be mine. He just says it like that, and I say, hi, yes, hello, what can I do for you? It's true. You just hear Vanan, it's done. I'm done. Thank you. All right. Solus is so dreamy, and fade pun intended. So, he's a scholar. Solus is smart. We love a smart man. The subjects that he can speak on, the stories he can tell you, you curry favor with this man by thinking, by asking questions, by having a thirst for knowledge and being curious about the world around you. I'm not joking. You gain actual approval mechanically in the game when you ask questions. He appreciates somebody who's intelligent. And I do too. And we talked about this a little bit, but his voice, the way he speaks. So oftentimes in the game, you can catch him speaking in iambic pentameter. And you can gain approval, additional approval with him by choosing the dialogue options that return it in kind. His cadence will also sometimes follow the song Hallelujah. So this man is literally singing to you when he speaks. That's romance. That's poetry, truly. Third, we love an artist. As you can tell, this has been speckled, this whole presentation of like art that has been made for me concerning this game because I love it so much, and we always love to support a little artist. Always in the bottom right-hand corner, if there's art that's drawn, please go check out those artists. They're phenomenal, wonderful humans. He's got that mural in his little area. He is a patron of the arts. He is codifying history in so many different mediums. The stories that he's telling from the Fade, the art that he's creating, that shit's so important. Fourth, his personality. It's the gentle guiding of Cole as a spirit for me. His willingness to be open-minded and grow as a person regarding his perspective of the Dalish, and honestly non-elves in general. If you just spend time with him and if you just talk to him, his personal quest, it's one of the few that is to the benefit of someone else. You're not helping out Solus personally, you're helping him help someone else. And I really love that about him. He is passionate and he is justice-oriented. He cares about people, even though he tries not to sometimes. And of course, this man has an DLC dedicated entirely to him. He's the only character, other than Morgan, but again, she needs no defending, with their own DLC. Which is an absolute masterpiece, by the way. And he has his own music! We love a little main character energy.
Good.
It's this gravitational pull, the way they hover around one another. He tries so hard to resist her.
It would be kinder in the long run. But losing you would...
So good. It's so good! He can't resist her. Tries to.
Arlath Mavanan.
He goes from, I'm gonna try to resist you, to, oh, maybe I'll just tell you I love you instead. And I love that about a man. Here we go. We were talking some tarot cards earlier. I'm so glad we did. Mavanan. It means my heart. We love a little pet name. So, as you can see, this is the Romance Solus card. And I want you to look at these two opposite of each other. His art is turned to her. Look at the way their hands are positioned. He's reaching out, and if you put them one on top of the other, they touch. While Solus's romance does not have the intimate scenes that we've been talking about with the others, their chemistry is palpable and undeniable. And as a demi, the fact that no physical connection of that type, really, is needed to showcase a deep and complex love, that's extremely meaningful to me. That's representation. We love a soft only for you trope. Need I say more? Who doesn't love being the favorite? And as we just watched, he tries so hard to protect, even when it's painful. We'll get to it, but the Valis scene, a kindness, a desire to save the person that you care about heartbreak. And throughout, he tries so hard to resist Llewellyn, acknowledging that it's kinder to spare them both. But love is too strong. And that's where the Varlath Virsulidine comes in. And then as we were also talking about, oh, do we love a little yearning? Soul Llewellyn hell has it in spades, let me tell you. There's so much fuel for this fandom. Few romances strike so deep in Dragon Age, and it is truly unique for ways we will continue to get into.
Solus is the leader of a slave rebellion.
The real reason to romance him.
There was a governing group of elves called the Avernus who had enslaved other elves, and he said, no more. I really admire someone who's going to stand up against his peers, because remember, he was Avernus. It takes a lot of introspection and the ability to see from a perspective outside their own, to have a little empathy, to be able to be like, I'm in a place of power, but this is still so deeply wrong, and I'm going to do something about it.
I am going to give up my place of influence to help other people at no benefit to myself, which is why Solus' character really resonates with me.
I love that shit so much. This is literally shit that had to be cut from stream because I won't shut up about Solus. The amount of times this has happened to me. So, Fen'Harel, Wolf of the Rebellion, otherwise known as the Dread Wolf. So, we're done with the snack portion of our meal. Let's get on to our protein and potatoes. So, the man has a whole DLC dedicated to shedding light on his efforts to free the Elvain from the Avernus, who are god mages that enslaved some, if not all, of the elven population. I have admitted this already to having a type. If we've got a little revolutionary coding, I'm already gone. Someone fighting for the greater good, helping the less fortunate, saving those in need, because it's the right thing to do, and not because they're getting something out of it. Swoon. In Arlathon, this man is the 1%. He is the cream of the crop. He is part of the governing, ruling body who doesn't love a man who gives up or leverages his power for the sake of the disenfranchised, who literally says, oh wow, I'm completely and utterly benefiting from this arrangement, but this is wrong and I need to do something about it. He staged an entire rebellion to destroy a system that he was benefiting from. Say less. The scene hits so different once you realize he learned this spell for the elves that he freed from enslavement.
This scene makes me so
You are free.
And that's why he says you're free. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to run around this room a little bit. So, that scene, once you go back and you watch it after playing Trespasser, it makes so much sense. And that is just incredible to give somebody that gift, that freedom, even though they were ignorant to it at the time. And the choice to have it removed, I think, is so incredibly important because he doesn't force you. He asks if you would like that. He gives you the information and lets you make the decision about your body. A king. All right, so this one is very important and why a lot of people get twisted about Solus. Unfortunately, a decent bit of main storyline conflict is locked behind Solus's romance. Information on it. So when you don't romance him, you just don't get the full breadth of the story. The way it works is that the more rapport you have with him, the more information he gives you. For example, if you have low approval with Solus in Trespasser, it skips the entire finale dialogue. I'm not joking. You wait a few slides. I have a fucking tree. All the dialogue options, and I've snipped some of the important ones for you. It's the way that it might be like 25 cells deep. If you don't have high approval with Solus, you skip the whole thing. The entire thing. It is so important to talk to this man. So, in the same way, a romance Solus gives you as much of the story as you're going to get. Thus, it's an entirely different game when you romance Solus. I remember Merlin being absolutely shocked when he watched me play, because it was completely unlike his own experience. And not because he made different choices. I had access to so much more information. I got to see into the plot beneath the plot. Which leads us to our third point in this little section. You get a nuanced antagonist when you romance Solus. And that makes for a better story overall, I think. You get to see more sides of the equation. You get to make better decisions with better information. And we love a hot villain. I don't even want to use villain, that's so tainted. We'll use antagonist. And that's even stretching it a little bit, personally. So not romancing Solus is kind of like being a human in the crossroads. You just don't get to see the full, beautiful picture.
The erection of the veil was the only thing he could do to save the rest of the elven people from the Avanuris. And in process, cut them off from the Fade, which is... I love the gray morality of all of it, because he's clearly attempting to do a good thing. He's trying to save an oppressed group of people from their oppressors, and ended up severing their immortality.
Sorry, real quick, I just want to bring up that from the previous clip to this one, your character hasn't moved. That's how long you've been talking about Solus.
Yep.
If we expect anything different from Emma.
I just noticed, like, oh, wait, her character's still standing there. Oh, this is the same 30-minute conversation.
This tracks.
Oh, okay.
We
Please
know this
continue.
tracks
I
with
just
her.
wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. This had to be cut from my actual, like, post for the Let's Play, because I usually try to keep it gameplay oriented, right? You go to Twitch if you want to chatter, and you go to YouTube if you want to watch a playthrough. And so I try to, like, cut this shit out. And so that's how that other dissertation happened, is because I yapped for so long, I was like, I need to just make a separate video. So this is one of those instances. I think this was only 12 minutes, but still, that's a decent yap on the same subject. It's the way that people know this about me, though, and they will come into my stream and they will ask me intricate questions about Solus as a character and the influence that Trespasser has on the narrative and what I think is going to happen. So, I mean, I don't blame them, but this is what happens. I just yap. And to make a point, we love a man who tries to right his wrongs. We do. I think that's important. So, my favorite slide. Haters gonna hate. So we should start off with some misconceptions. I think the biggest one that needs to be talked about, the biggest elephant in the room, is everyone thinks the world is ending. But only the status quo is ending. Trespasser is what clues you into this. And you have to have a high reputation with Solus, romance or no, to be able to get that information. I know it's a little fuzzy because when I tell you that expansion chart is very large, I mean it. So I'm sorry about the resolution. If you can read it, I'm so proud of you. So tearing down the veil isn't going to end the world. Remember, the world existed before the veil. It's just changing it. From what I can tell, it's going to be, if you watch Legend of Korra, much like what happens when the spirit world starts bleeding into Republic City. You just have to learn how to live with spirits again. We did it. We do it a little bit in some of the DLCs. In Jaws of Hakan, they're perfectly chill about it. The Avar are chill as fuck. So, second one. I do think the Avanuris are going to end up being our antagonists, so Solus isn't the bad guy. He expects the Avanuris to be an issue, and dealing with them is what's going to end up creating a little chaos, a little bloodshed. That's what's throwing the world into chaos. that he's freeing the Avaneris to right his wrong and restore immortality and freedom to the elves. So, as we've talked about, low approval doesn't get the information you need to be able to come to these conclusions, right? And people tend to take his words too literally, even if they get to hear his words at all. Those with low approval, as we said, literally skip the entire dialogue of Trespasser where he's talking about all this. So you don't actually get to see any of this. Anything that I have up here, people who don't romance or have a high approval with him, they don't get to see any of it. And that means they don't have the ability to learn. So it makes sense that people tend to misunderstand him. Also, I do think it is worth pointing out that the writers are likely giving themselves room to work in by being vague about a lot of this. It's like clickbait, but not quite. They want to tease conflict, but not too terribly much, right? Not too many details. Just enough to drive interest, but still provide a myriad of ways that this can unfold in. Because honestly, it makes no sense for someone who has saved and or protected vulnerable people over and again, the Elvain, spirits, the Inquisition, the Inquisitor, to intend large-scale harm to innocents. It doesn't track. We need to think bigger. Even Llewellyn herself knows that the romance is nuanced and tragic and emotional and so much more than that. I did get to have a very fun exchange with Alex, who is a doll. Even Patrick Weeks, who writes Solus, says, if you want to see the utter sadness of Solus, it's in the playthrough where you're romancing him. So.
Solus, don't leave me, not now. I love you.
You have a rare and marvelous spirit. In another world.
Why not this one?
I can't. I'm sorry.
It's the way she just stands there. I guess I'll just see you in Solaville in Hell.
It's the way you looked miserable in that clip. I'm so sorry. You looked so miserable. That was like you were
so miserable. That's your
wiping
miserable
a
look.
tear per second. Oh
I haven't
my
seen you look
goodness.
more miserable. I haven't.
Oh, you should watch what happens when I do the Thane scene in Mass Effect.
I've seen you dead on the floor,
hard.
Emma. I've seen you dead on the floor.
Oh, no.
You didn't look worse then.
This is true, though.
That was the most pained I've seen you, and I've seen you in pain, bitch.
I had to cut off the part after that scene in the actual episode, because of course I sit there and I stare at the screen for a while. I'm wiping the tears off my face. I make a joke about how I was crying so hard it's like in my cleavage. And then I had to sit there and dissect the Solus romance after that, and like why the breakup is pivotal and where he's coming from as an individual, and that yes, sometimes it's frustrating, but the decisions that he made are so reasonable and relatable as a person. But I don't need to keep going with this. May the Dreadwolf take you. And so he did.
Please let him take me.
Let the Dreadwolf take us all.
Me sitting here with my soulless shirt. Yeah. I'm in full on hell with you, okay?
Yes.
Together.
Damn. You ain't seen none of the damn Velgard shit yet.
I knew it was going to be great.
I just want to reiterate that Dragon Age is for the girlies. All right,
Yes.
I feel cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
for the
do
girls.
deserve.
Yeah.
You do deserve more options.
You just got
I
look. You
agree.
just gotta branch out. I play man, woman. I do it all.
exactly.
You just gotta
Yeah,
be
branch
adventurous.
out.
Well, with what Emma said, like, I was a soulless hater. She just met. I'm a soulless like neutral now.
Yeah.
You know, like
You're interested. You're interested.
yeah.
It's really
Maybe you'll go back and
EA
play.
cut that. The EA said, no, again, he was a late addition to the game. They said, well, what if we really want to make them suffer? But only the women.
Only the elven women.
I know, but you do,
Right?
you
They
do
wrote
have
that
the
for me.
options.
It was for me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
in Origins, you do have the options of both Liliana and Morrigan, who are objectively very main character romances.
Oh yeah.
Morrigan
Yes.
is the main character of Dragon Age, and I want
she
people to
is.
fight me on it.
Yes, she
I
is.
love our
That's
main
why she's
character
showing up
mages.
again.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
to fight over.
See you Velcro, baby.
She's the main character, 100% truly.
And we love that for her.
Alistair is definitely like a main romance, and Liliana also gives main
Mhm.
romance. I'm so sorry, Zevran. I miss you every fucking day, but
Yeah.
what a wash.
What?
I
What a wash.
apologize. Oh boy, what a wash. We can't even get him. We can never get him back. But Morgan, main character energy, so fucking hard. Rivals
She's
Hawk,
phenomenal.
I think more than Hawk, because Hawk is a secular story.
All right, questions? My office hours begin now.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Solus and Astarion, who you picking? Yeah.
I know the
Have-
answer. Now, I haven't finished Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
I haven't
okay.
done the Khazadar questline. I just got into Act 3, so I
Oh.
don't think I'm actually qualified to make that call yet. But
Okay.
I will get back to you.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will. I
Fair.
guess the amount of stuff speaks for itself.
You're a Astarion
I,
bust next to D&D.
Dude, it's so good.
Gone to get it.
No, that's
I
for
had
the
it-
no,
gone
that's
to
for
get
the
it.
Baldur's
Oh
Gate
my
one.
God,
That's for the
that is
Baldur's Gate
that
one.
is a
Emma.
really good one. That is a prop.
This is
for the Baldur's
hand-painted.
Gate one.
Like, I mean, unless we wait to do the Baldur's Gate one until I finish the game in 3 years.
It's gonna take Emma 3 years.
Yeah.
It will, though. Yeah. I mean, as we can tell. I
He's
don't
a
want
yapper.
to know how long that took.
Girlie's
But,
a
well,
yapper.
and then I gotta, like, I'm playing as Belle, so I gotta get all of my own character lore in there and talking about her perspective. I gotta, like, gush about all the D&D references. It takes me a long time. I like to talk.
That was my only question, but that's a fair response.
Yeah. We'll have to see. It is yet to be
I got a
determined.
question. I raised my hand to go next.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not really a question. It kind of is, because I have a different take on Solus specifically getting rid of the Valasleen, because I feel very different about it. The way I see the Valasleen is this is a culture that had to restart and take what they had left and turn it into their culture. I appreciate very much that he asks, and then you pointed out that he asks, because it's a really good reminder that he won't do it. He does not force the removal on you, and I think that is very important to us. I think that's central. Circle it, underline, bold it. Okay.
Yes. it
However,
really is.
I personally, you have also convinced me to do a Solus romance. I was going to,
should.
but
Mhm.
I
You really
literally,
should.
just like how my sister came in and buttoned up my boobs, she took my controller and made him hate me when I tried to do it recently. So I actually have to restart like 13 hours to get him back where we were. Because he
worth
gives
it.
her the ick. He gives her the ick, and she likes to watch. So yeah. But in terms of that, I don't know if I can get him to take that off. I feel like
Keep
what
it
the
if you want
Dalish
to.
have now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like an option. But do you know if that affects if I get any of that extra dialogue now that I know that of the
You
super
will.
extensive dialogue
You will,
tree?
because I've kept it on before. Because he gives you the option, he explains to you what it is, he apologizes, and if you have the option to like talk about it, and you're like, oh, of all the things that we tried to hang on to, we hung on to this. And he kind of gives you I understand people were just doing their best, but also I know a spell. If you'd like me to remove it, I can take it away. And so it's almost as a way to soothe you. And you can say, oh, I don't know. It's been with me for so long. It defines me as a person, or it's a symbol of my heritage. There are several options that you can select from that. And then there's obviously the one that we watched here, the one that's as simple as take the Valasleen away. And either way, I mean, he does break up with you.
for everyone's own good. But yeah, it doesn't affect negatively. He doesn't say anything negative about it. Like, he absolutely respects your choice, which is very important to me. The consent and the respect involved in that. And the only reason he tells you is because he cares. He literally talks about it as a gift. The gift of knowledge, which, as you can see, is a very prevalent theme here. Knowledge and intelligent, and like, he really respects people doing and trying and being their best. Even if they stumble, they get back up again, which, as we all know now, is very important to who he is as a character. And that really reflects in the way that he interacts with you.
Okay, the only other thing I'm going to tell you is when you eventually get to playing Veilguard or whatever, there's I think you might know there's
I know
podcast.
nothing about Veilguard.
No,
I do know there's a
there's
podcast, but I have
podcast,
not
that's
listened to it on purpose.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, don't listen to it until after you start playing Veilguard.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I've been
don't.
avoiding everything.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the trailer.
You could maybe only watch the trailer, and that would be it.
I would
want
say
to know
literally just the trailer.
Look,
Yeah.
I went to law school. I'm
sorry
trying
I
to
told
issue
you.
Spot. No, baby, it's fine. If anyone's allowed to, it's you.
I told you a good thing about it.
Yeah, and I did have the Morgan part spoiled for me already, so that one doesn't count. I was pissed about it, but what are you gonna do? It's the internet. Yeah,
Are
I
you?
will have to
Then
go back.
I'm gonna warn you real hard about the podcast. Don't honest to God, if that's how you feel about it, don't watch until you're done Veilguard.
Yep.
It is a
That's
it's
how I do.
an 8-episode like prelude to
Aki,
the
we'll talk.
prelude.
We should talk about that later.
Yeah.
So good.
I have
It's
a question.
Good. It's good. If you like voices in your ears, y'all.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
But for
Mambo.
you, don't. Anybody who wants to not be spoiled by Veilguard, don't fucking touch it. The prelude to the prelude, like, don't fucking touch it. Not with.
But if you're a gremlin,
Yeah,
watch,
gremlin.
listen. The Lucanus episode just dropped, babies, and I was listening.
There's so many things I want to do to that man.
That man is breedable. Anyway,
31st.
Lucanus, you're mine on the 31st, bitch.
I'm gonna be playing minimum 2 playthroughs of
That Antivan Crow is mine, baby.
And I get pregnant. It's so good.
That man's gonna be pregnant by the end.
Pregnant.
Emma, I have a question.
All right.
And it could just be, the heat of the moment that I don't remember. Let me know. But did you go through your world state?
I did not go through my world
I would love to
state.
hear
Thank you
your
for
world state.
reminding me.
Your canon world state. I'd love to hear it.
Yes. Canon world state for Origins. Romance Severin.
Yes. Good. Correct.
Alistair's King.
Mm.
And if I glance over anything, please remind me. I know we talked about Morgan and Dark Ritual. Mahariel is alive with Severin. They've run off into the wilderness together, as they deserve.
Good. As they deserve.
And 2, I played a Blood Mage.
Yes!
I love
Blood
baby
Mage!
girl.
Blood Mages are baby
I
girls.
romance Anders.
Yeah!
Love that man. I have a very sweet, probably fanfic ending, headcanon ending for them, which is very sweet. It involves lots of adopting cats and helping the less fortunate at pop-up clinics throughout Ferelden and the larger world of Thedas. And then for Inquisition, obviously, I romance Solus. I always save the Chargers, as everyone should.
Oh, important decision.
Yeah, holy fuck. If you're not saving the Chargers, what are you doing? I make
Disgusting.
Alistair King specifically so I don't have to choose between Hawk and Alistair and the Fade. Sorry, Stroud, you're literally doing your job. Big smoochies on the forehead. See you later, buddy.
Bye.
Oh, I do have Kieran come back and hang out with Morgan. Oh, baby, so cute. I'm a big fan of, this might be a hot take. I'm a big fan of a little enemies to lovers with Alistair and Morgan. And Alistair comes and visits his son on occasion. And he's actually a really sweet father, and it's so cute. Morgan they don't want the relationship between them, but they co-parent. Okay, look, it's very wholesome. I'm sorry.
That's
what
cute.
else? Is
That's
there
cute.
anything else that's important for that one?
Who's your divine? I want to know everybody's divine.
Wait! Liliana.
Liliana.
Obviously.
Liliana.
Liliana. Damn,
I'm gonna choose the
Liliana
liberal.
across the board.
Vivian.
Oh, Vivian.
I'm gonna choose the
Divine Vivian.
Vivian is great. What
You don't
did I do?
understand how much I'm going to rattle the chantry. And I only make Liliana divine if I fuck up Vivian's divine route, or if my hero Ferelden romance Liliana. So then she can rattle the chantry. I never make Cassandra divine because she doesn't want to, and I value her way too much.
She actively says she does not want to be, so.
Yeah. Liliana and Vivian bring change to
And
the chantry.
We want change.
If your hero is in a romance with Liliana, she enacts a law that divines can marry just because of that.
Yeah.
Because Liliana's a real one.
Listen.
She's a
before I did-
romantic.
I did. My Fenris presentation was made in like less than 2 days because of a specific change. I had a Liliana ready. I was gonna dress up as Morrigan and defend her in character. I had Doth Tis fucking Pertape. Okay, I had it. Doth Coochie fucking divine. All right, I had a lot of shit.
Dragon Age
prepared
V2,
for her,
don't you worry.
All right, I have a
There's
lot
more.
to say about
Veilguard
Liliana and especially divine.
We got
romance
more.
Liliana.
There's so
It's
many
amazing.
more. We're gonna
But
have an ep too.
my canon divine for me personally is Vivian. There's what a big to make her divine. I get so excited. I love Vivian.
I respect it.
She was never benched.
Emma, are you gonna play Veilguard on launch?
31st.
Yeah.
So wait, all my friends will be gone.
Yeah, I'm calling out of
We're
work.
doing it
I'm calling
together.
it dead.
Parallel
I will
play.
not exist.
I literally called out of work. Like I asked off for fucking Veilguard Day.
I have a screenshot to show y'all. Because my coworker started making fun of me when I got excited about the trailer.
Oh
I watched
yes,
the
you
trailer
showed me.
with my coworkers, and then my coworker, we have like a form for our like vacation days, sick days, and stuff like that. One of them filled it out with things that I said. I was like, when 31st comes, my name is Rook. I won't be here
talk
because
to
I'm
me.
trying to save the world and maybe fuck a god. And then they wrote that in the thing and submitted it for me.
Don't talk to me on the 31st, baby. I'm in my mind palace.
Shit's off, bro. Shit's off. That you won't see me.
Exactly.
You might hear from me, but you will not see me.
To all our friends, to all girlies in chat, all girlies in call, that includes Chris. Girlies is not gender locked, okay? Like BioWare romances. Oops, sorry.
Damn.
To all girlies on the 31st, love you, respect you, miss you. Tell me how you're. Don't only text me if it's about Veilguard because I do want to talk about where we are.
Oh, I will be.
Please tell me where you are. I want to know.
Full on fucking block me because it's the only thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Please
be
tell
talking
me
about.
about
It's
it.
the
I wanna
only-
know.
I will be retweeting spoilers. Fucking block me.
Block me? I will be retweeting spoilers. I'm sorry.
Block me. I will not. I don't give a fuck. Block me.
Real
Find
quick.
me in a month.
Real quick. I want to say, before we talk about the future, we still have one more presentation.
We do a very important presentation by
Yes.
V Mandy.
Yes, we do.
Sorry, we can chat
Yes.
after Mandy's presentation.
So,
we were yapping, y'all.
yes, Mandy, last but
Mandy
not
time.
least, we have one more presentation for you all. So I am going to pass it over to you, Mandy.
LFG.
Take it away.
I have a very special presentation for you all today because, warning, this presentation is for bitches who want to break the rules and romance everyone. It's me. I'm bitches. I have played all of these games so many times, I have fucked just about every single character in every Dragon Age game. I have romanced all these bitches. And so I'm gonna talk about a few today. Because, why do I have to pick?
Wow, look at that.
We're gonna start off strong with Sweetmaker. Why you should romance Cullen Rutherford. Top tier, blonde himbo. I need not say more. There is romance in this romance. Slow burn for the Dragon Ages. Cullen has been dangled in front of Dragon Age players since Origins, especially if you play the Circle Mage Origin. And bonus points if you play an elf, I'm just saying. You get some romance dialogues with Cullen in the first game if you choose this Origin. You can flirt with him. He may or may not run away from you. Maybe, possibly, screaming in terror. He might not. You never know. So that's a thing. He appears a little bit throughout Origins as a what you might feel is a very minor character. The devs kind of tease you a little bit with the idea of romance, and then you never see him again. Truly a crime. I wanted to romance him from the first game, and you know what? I kind of had to put it out of my mind, and I comforted myself with the existence of Alistair, who was indeed my canon romance. I was, again, Circle Mage, Elf, Origin. I sacrificed myself so that my man could be king. It's all good. He appears, again, prominently in Dragon Age 2, but still remains unromanceable. BioWare's just teasing it out. They're basically saving it for when the graphics upgrade, you know what I'm saying, for Inquisition? That's what they're saving it for, because, let's face it, the graphics in the first two games they leave a lot to be desired, even for the time. But that doesn't matter, because they're fantastic. Yes, mage supremacy. I play a mage in every single game. All of my canon characters are mages. I have Circle Elf Mage in the first game, Mage Mask Hawk in the second game, because of course I did, and I romanced Anders. Fuck y'all. And Inquisition, Mage Lavelin, and of course I'm a Solus Mancer. I'm a Solus Mancer girly. And then my second romance, of course, was Cullen, because I couldn't resist. Cullen's presence in Dragon Age Inquisition brings so many delicious themes and tropes that often get overlooked because people just want to hate on the blonde man. It's fine. You can be wrong. That's completely fine. You can romance Sarah or Cassandra or anybody else. Blackwall. Fuck Blackwall. Please don't fuck Blackwall. He's disgusting. You get humor. You get awkward noble knight trope. You get forbidden and taboo love. You get a redemption arc. This man has depth. You can fit so much trauma in this baby, slap. So much trauma. You help him out of drug addiction. He still leads your army, even while battling fucking drug addiction. Hello? Excuse me? I'm sorry, you can shit on him and say that he's weaker than Cassandra, but Cassandra couldn't do that shit. Cassandra could not do that shit. Go get that bitch addicted to delirium right now. Go get that bitch addicted to delirium right now. She could not do the same shit this man does.
They can't be addicted to delirium. They can't be possessed. Also, you're not allowed to comment while I'm presenting. You can't argue with me. Please mute yourself.
Silence!
I'm speaking.
Silence, pleb!
Wholesome Templar that makes you laugh. What's not to love? He plays chess. He's an intellectual. He's not just a himbo. He only looks like one. He walks in on you if you fuck Iron Bull, and he goes, "Oh, sweet maker," because he sees how big Iron Bull's dick is. If that's not fucking hilarious, I don't know what is. Also, shout out to him running away from you when you try to flirt with him in Origins. I couldn't resist putting it here. It's fucking hilarious. It's tragic because I was pissed and I wanted to romance him, but looking back, it's very funny. And finally, when he loses his clothes playing card games, if you explore certain storylines enough within Inquisition, whether you romance him or not, he ends up naked at the end of that game. Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, I don't have... Okay, here, listen. I don't have a GIF of the steamy desk scene because I could only find ones that were with characters that weren't my character because I didn't have those. But let's talk about the desk scene. This man is so passionate. There's just, when it really heats up, he's not vanilla. Can I just say he is not vanilla? This man is not vanilla. When he gets passionate, when he gets over the awkwardness and the initial fumbling of the first stages of your romance, oh yeah, the moaning, that's a thing as well. Once that passion is built up and that trust starts to get established and he realizes, wait a second, this beautiful woman loves me, he gets very passionate and grabby and it's hot, okay? He fucks you on his desk. Does Cassandra fuck you on a desk? I don't think so. And he loves you. He will be devoted to you for the rest of his life. And I mean, come the fuck on. Look at him. Just look at him. He's beautiful. You get to marry him and you adopt a dog together. Come on. I need not say more, so I'm going to move on to my next romance. Anders did nothing wrong, a thesis.
Bless you. I love you.
Anders did nothing wrong, a thesis. Just kidding.
Good.
I do want to take a moment to speak about Anders because I romanced him in Dragon Age 2. Do I think what he did was right? No. Do I think society forced his hand after time and again caging him, time and again abusing him, time and again locking him in a box, fucking literally? Do I believe he felt he had no other choice? He had no other choice. And I'm okay with the results, honestly. Even if I don't totally agree with what he did, I agree with the results. Fuck the chantry. The most honorable mention! Cremisius Creme Aclassi, a trans icon. How could you not mention this man in the midst of Defend Your Romance? No, you cannot romance him, but you should be able to. Come on. You fucking should be able to. Look at Creme. Come on. Beautiful, beautiful man. Beautiful man. He leads, he drinks, he bashes heads with the best of them, he's funny, and most of all, he's gorgeous. Look at him. And he makes trans jokes. He makes trans jokes at Bull and asks him why he runs around binding his boobs. Because he's wearing a harness on his chest. That iconic. Iconic. This is, for me, this is the first time I ever saw a trans character in a video game. And I was obsessed from the moment I realized that Creme was trans. I was like, this is incredible. And it's just a beautiful story, and BioWare, I just want to thank you for representation. That's all I gotta say. Now it's time for the real presentation, because all of that was just a warm-up. I'm speedrunning because it's after midnight. I would do a lot more grandstanding if I went earlier, but it's important to me that I went last because I gotta follow up on all that nonsense. Iron Bull, the actual best romance. I have to represent for Dan. I added these at the last minute because he couldn't be here today, and so here we are. Look at him. Just beefy man. Look at him. Look at him. This should really be the only slide in the presentation, because this is all you need to see to know that you should romance Iron Bull. Look at those titties. Come on. Tattoos? Scars? Titties? Are you kidding me? Muscles? Size difference? Monster fucker. Find a better romance. I'll wait. Still waiting. And I love Solus.
You said
I'm
I couldn't
still waiting.
talk, so.
Mine's not an option.
Iron Bull is honest and communicative. Sorry, excuse me. The Iron Bull is honest and communicative. He is honest with you from the jump. He tells you exactly who he is, what he's about, what he plans to do, step by fucking step. And he does not stop that at all. As long as you maintain that good relationship with Bull, he is honest with you. He doesn't give you no bull. He does the fucking work. He does the fucking work. This man is a tank. All you need to do is look at him, and you should probably run the fuck away. He does the fucking work on so many levels. Romantically, from a friendship level, sexually, and also in battle, because, dude, look at him. He's a spicy boy. He makes funny jokes that are spicy. He's arguably the spiciest of the romantic characters. Muscles, again. Tattoos, again. Appeals to monster fuckers. I need not say more beyond that. He's like 7 feet tall. He has a big sword. He's hilarious and smart. And yes, he is romantic.
Oh.
His romance is so sweet and so tender. He seems like this tough badass, but he has such emotional depth. He's extremely intelligent. He's a spy. He knows what he's doing. He's not a big dumb fucking oaf. He is the quintessential idea of looks can be deceiving in so many ways. And beneath all of the spy, the warrior, the hardness, the badassness, he's a romantic. He wants to, despite his culture, he wants to dedicate himself to you in a very significant way. And if you take his romance all the way to the end, it's absolutely fucking fantastic. And he's voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. Is your romance voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr.? I don't fucking think so. So, in conclusion, feast your eyes or whatever. Because look at this. How could you not love this? He's perfect. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. I will take questions, but I reserve my right to refuse them.
Bless you for doing so many.
Yes.
I did this presentation today.
I love that. Oh,
this was very last minute because I was busy and I kept forgetting, and so this is what I did today.
Love
I
it.
started working on this a month ago.
No, it's better this way, I think.
Yes, more unhinged this way.
No,
That's
the energy is right.
4 should be.
Yeah, I want feral energy.
Yep.
The only thing I will say is that my favorite romance being Dorian, he's voiced by the incomparable Ramon Tipum.
I love
all I'm gonna
Dorian's
say.
voice actor.
That's all I'm gonna say. He's in everything.
I know.
He's magnificent. His character work is flawless, and he's a big reason why Dorian's blonde.
Have we considered that in Dragon Age, a lot of the characters' voices are very, very good?
Yes, and part of the charm of why you
Just
love them.
thinking about it, as we
You
a
do.
lot of
I
us
think,
presented on the
yes.
accents and their voices.
You're right. Yeah.
If not all of us.
I didn't want to touch too much on Fenris's just because that's
Gideon
like,
Emery's voice? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I was like, I didn't think I need to explain it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's important. The voice is important. That was amazing.
Yes. Very good. You made me remember that how much I did love the Cullen romance. Also, thank you for taking me down the memory lane.
Seriously.
Yes.
Religious trauma. I had stuff prepared for that. but
Especially if you go through the games in order or if you play them in order, Origins 2 and then Inquisition, getting that slow burn with Cullen is so fucking juicy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you touched on that because it really does actually make Cullen a more interesting character when you've seen him in Origins first.
Yeah.
That does a lot for him.
And
I
it's
will
so
say.
much if you don't do that origin.
Yeah.
Yes. You miss a lot of
You
Cullen.
miss so much of Cullen. If you
That
don't
is
do
where it got me because I did romance Cullen in my first Inquisition run. 'Cause I thought I was straight. And I was like, yeah, he's nice, he's great, he's good, he's fine. I wanted Dorian, but he's gay. And I picked that up and I was like, I can't do that. And I wasn't gonna do Bull because I didn't want my parents to walk in on that.
Don't want them to walk in on the big dick.
So I did Cullen. And I liked Cullen's stuff, you know? And then I didn't do the Origins one because Mage was not my first. I looked everything up, right? So I knew what I was doing. And then
I mean, if he's he's under Meredith at that point, you know.
I know, but
everybody's suffering under that bitch.
That's true.
Yeah, but then why is he acting like that? He's a grown fucking man.
He's baby and submissive and breedable.
He's still a baby.
He is very
Idea
submissive
is
and
it
breedable.
was
That's the other reason why I love him.
Yeah, no, I like him.
He can't stand up to her.
No,
That's a dommy mommy, and that's a
he
baby
doesn't-
girl.
He doesn't learn the standing up part till Inquisition.
No,
Exactly,
and even then,
exactly.
Yeah.
And even then, and then two other things ruined Cullen for me. One, I met a person in real life who was really creepy to me, and when I tell you that he was in fact British blonde and that tall, he knew exactly. We bonded over Dragon Age. He knew exactly what he was doing. And then he was creepy about it. So
that's the worst.
It has soured a Cullen romance for me forever. I can't look at him the same way.
A real life person shouldn't sour your romance for a video game character. Don't let him have that power. Fuck that shit.
It's the fact that we bonded over Dragon Age.
We
knew what he was doing, and
we're frozen.
I was
Hey,
17.
stop!
Leave me
We're
alone.
frozen. Chat, Chat says we're frozen.
Oh shit.
frozen?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're. Oh, I also just got a network error.
The frames just dropped.
Tracy's.
We're back. Oh, I'm in the yellow. That's not good. Oh, no, I'm back in the green. So that should be good.
Okay, just needed a reset, I guess.
Okay, that was weird. Hi, everybody. We're back, and I'm not having dropped frames, so I think we're good. Where did we leave off?
We were talking about how a real person ruined Cullen for me.
Oh yes.
That's right.
And all I'm gonna say is I was 17. He was not. We were in college. He was British. He was blonde. He looked exactly like Cullen. I was really into Cullen. I was 17. He should not be doing that. He ruined it for me. And then afterwards, the VA of Cullen dropped Dear Cullenites.
Oh no! Not the Dear Cullenites video.
And the only thing I will say is, in my most recent playthrough, my mom, who enjoys a good white man, looked at Cullen and said, "Ew." And if my mommy says "ew,"
Mommy
then
says
something
ew.
wrong, right?
If mommy says you, then mommy says you.
You know who she didn't say ill to? Alistair.
Real quick, Mandy, just stop sharing the presentation. That might be affecting the bitrate through Video Ninja.
Let me turn that off.
Okay, we're still here. We're still here. I'm just having some drop.
Looks like we're still here.
I'm having some dropped frames for some reason.
EA is really trying to silence
EA is
us.
silencing us.
EA is silencing us. I'm not here for it.
EA, if you are listening, could you keep Varric alive in Veilguard? Like you're dropping some really, like you're dressing him in all black, and like you're having him go up against Solus, and like I'm just really concerned if you're listening. Like, are you?
He's got that
hearing
silver
me?
fox look. Oh,
He's
really?
old.
Where are you there? It's me, Momo.
God, BioWare, are you there? It's me, Momo, and I'm begging for one thing, please.
Did you know about the DLC that was supposed to be for Dragon Age 2, where David Geider tried to make an entire expansion to kill Varric?
Yeah, it was in my presentation.
Oh, maybe I'm just stupid.
I had a whole slide for it.
Oh, yeah,
How did I not see that part?
It was in the part where I was talking. That same DLC is in the same. Gator wanted. That was under the assumption that Varric would be romanceable as your he would be the default romance, and in that DLC they would kill him. But now he's in like every comic. And now he's also in Veilguard. So
as he should be.
As he should be.
I got one more thing to say. I got one more fucking thing to say.
Go ahead.
Because I actually fucking wrote it on my hand. It's now fucking faded because of how many times I had to clap and stuff. I had a note that I wrote on my hand that I didn't want to write on my presentation slide because I thought I would say it, but I didn't because I was too heated over Fenris. But one of the pros I was gonna put to the romance was, quote, "Dick so good it cured memory loss." Because that's what happens if you fuck him. He remembers.
You do. You fuck him so good that he remembers.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that's why he breaks up with you, by the way.
Oh my god.
You ever fuck a man so good he remembers and he breaks up with you?
So fucking good.
That ever happened to you?
Cured memory loss. Mm-hmm.
Happened,
It happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah.
It's hard being the champion of Kirkwall. Am I right?
As you pour some wine.
This is Fenris's wine. He literally gave it to me.
Oh, sorry, Hawk.
It's hard being the champion.
Bottles, my guy.
So my question for everybody, it seems, I think I could make some inferred guesses, but I would like to just get everybody's thoughts, like which Dragon Age is your favorite of the three?
Ooh, I'd love to hear this.
We can just go down the line. I'll start. I actually think I enjoyed Inquisition the most just because I found the story and it was just like, obviously it's like well, there's a lot of things. I just think I enjoyed it the most, so I'll just leave it at that. I enjoyed Inquisition the most, even though I love the characters in 2. And 1 had, like, I think the most, like, cohesive and interesting story. I think I just enjoyed Inquisition as a whole the most. So that's my choice. Momo.
Origins is by far my best. It's the first I played. I was very lucky enough to play them in order. And it is my favorite because I think it has the most grand stakes. I know Inquisition likes to pretend it has the most grand stakes, but it never really presents you with any real fear. So that's... Sorry to diss Inquisition like that. I love them all. Literally, even Dragon Age 2, which is kind of dog shit, I love. But I think Origins executes it the best. It's when BioWare... It's before EA, really, like, fucked them over. And I think it's where BioWare shines the best, is in Origins with its writing. It's the most complete.
Chris?
Yeah.
I would say Origins as well. You know, there's something about, you know, being a nobody and joining the Grey Wardens from the beginning. Like, it's such a well-rounded story, like Momo said. Like, and just like, yeah, you're just a person who falls into the Grey Wardens, pretty much. You know, depending on like your lineage and stuff. But Inquisition is like the best, fullest game, like the open world and the stories, and there's something about just like seeing it grow into like, because like, look, love Origins, tried to replay it recently, it's rough. It's very rough. Like
you need to mod it, in my opinion.
You need to mod it, and like you're like, how did I play this?
Yeah.
Like, was I just like naive and just like, oh, this is cool, this is revolutionary? But it's real rough.
Yeah.
But Origins and Inquisition are kind of tied, but for very different things. And to be honest, I kind of kept this to myself the entire time. Didn't even finish Dragon Age 2 because I did not like it.
It's so short. I feel like you
Yeah.
can, it's like, it's the shortest one. Okay, Emma, what about you?
I'm pretty partial to Inquisition. Each game has really wonderful aspects. I love the Tamlin bit from the Mahariel origin. Mahariel's very dear to my heart. And I love Morgan. And 2 has the beautiful found family aspect. And the character dynamics and the way they're all written and the way they interconnect with each other in 2 is so well done. But Inquisition was like my first RPG that I ever played, my first romanceable character that I ever got to interact with. And that probably makes me biased, and I'm happy to acknowledge that. But it's the way like that made me fall in love with the genre. It really did. Just my stupid little face every time I got to go talk to Solus. You do one mission, you go back and talk. You do a side thing, you go to a different area.
And just,
You gotta check in.
You gotta check in.
Every time.
And you gotta get a kiss
Yep.
before you go.
Yep.
No, that was me. I want to get my smooch in.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
it was like I did that with Mass Effect too. I always had to check in, even if they like it was like
Yes.
they had nothing new to say, but I'm just checking
Garrus,
in.
I'm coming to see you, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smoochies.
Even if he just drops the calibrations.
Yep, you're just like,
good.
okay, just making sure.
Motherfucker.
Just making sure.
Motherfucker always telling me about
Yeah.
this damn calibration.
Mass Effect.
I want to
2,
hear
was-
about those calibrations. Tell me all about
Yeah.
it.
Tell me, baby. Let's kiss about it.
Okay, Mandy.
Let's calibrate our
Mandy,
lips.
what about you?
So, as you all know, I've been playing the games from the beginning. I did not play Dragon Age Origins on release. It was a little bit after, but Origins holds an extremely special place in my heart, but I have to agree with everything everybody else has said in that Inquisition really encompassed everything I had ever wanted out of Thedas and made it into a game I could play. You know, the exploration aspect, being able to dig through all the things. There's so much secret shit in Inquisition. Like, I don't know how much y'all are into, like, the goblin treasure hunting. I have collected damn near everything you can possibly get in that game. I have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours replaying this game over and over and over again. And if that doesn't speak to how much I love it, I don't know what does.
What about you,
I also-
Aki?
sorry. I
sorry.
just want to say something with something that Mandy said.
Yeah.
And that just popped into my head. Was like, I have also played Inquisition over many times. Origins and like, Dragon Age 2, even though I didn't finish it, like with the like the comic book where you choose your choices, even though that exists, I almost feel like my Origins choice, like I wouldn't want to replay it because I'm not interested in like the other things. Essentially, like in my eyes, my Origins ending is my canon ending. Like I don't have any drive to replay it, and so there's something about that. Like you're so satisfied with Origins and DA2 coming into Inquisition. Like, yeah, I don't need to. Like I'm just
Interesting.
I'm
Even though
happy with
there's
it.
different origins with different beginnings.
But it's my origin. Like
I know.
This is,
I'm
this
just
is
curious. So you
this
haven't
is
played all the origins?
No. This is my
Oh.
story. That's how I
get
play
such a
role
different
playing games. I the first playthrough is the, as I like to call it, the crisp playthrough. That is what I would do as a person. And then
I
after I beat
see.
it in my eyes, then I go through and I do, like, for Baldur's Gate, I do the Minthara run, and then I do the Karlach run.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Origins is the only one I replayed multiple times because it was the only one that you got different openings with.
Sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Origins-
The rest are all samey.
For me, Origins, I played more than once. I definitely spent a couple hundred hours on that game. 2 is the only game I did not. I technically played it twice. Only one of those saved because I accidentally did something in my first playthrough. I don't remember what it is now. I think I blacked it out, like sheer anger and trauma. I was so angry that it broke something in the game. Like a choice I had made or something I did completely broke the game, and I had to start over. And because of that experience, because it was a buggy game.
It was, yeah.
I love the writing. I love the found family tropes. I love all the characters in Dragon Age 2, but from a gameplay perspective, because we all know it was rushed.
Yep. Yeah.
Extremely rushed.
It's like
it's the only one I didn't.
It's like Bloodlines level. No, okay, that one's pretty bad, but
it was like that level. I feel.
Yeah.
It was of that level of jank, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But yeah, Inquisition was really it for me. It was missing some of the replayability that I felt in Origins, to Momo's point. But yeah, anyway.
Okay, Aki, what is your favorite of the three?
I have to give y'all a big build up. I'm sorry. We all know I started with Inquisition. Inquisition is my first BioWare game. I bought the other games, went to play those ones, and that's how I bought Mass Effect. And Mass Effect is my gay awakening. That is the timeline.
As it should
All
be.
of this happened in like beginning of high school type of thing. That means I'm like 13 or something like that. I'm not sure actually, because I have to fucking fact check when the fuck Dragon Age actually came out, because no fucking way did I come out did I realize any of this at 13. I think that was the second time I rescheduled that I would figure this shit out, because I rescheduled myself 3 times. I'm a very organized person and I don't like to think about myself up until now. But Inquisition, I enjoyed it so much that it solidified what I wanted to do in the future, which was get into game design, and that is what I have my degree in. That is what I work in. I'm a community manager or community specialist in video games, and it's because of Inquisition. I have coworkers who work in BioWare, and I have to control myself to not fucking talk about it, but they know, and that's why they made fun of me, because they're allowed to, because I'm only gonna fucking talk about it. Origins, though, I'm extremely attached to my my first Origins character, and that's because I think Origins was the one where I was the most frustrated with not being able to make a character look like me. When I tell no mods, I played it on like the PS3. So, and even now, when I try to play it again, I beat the shit out of it because I've gotten so good at destroying character creators to make them look remotely like me. Jaundice colored and everything. So, Origins, I got extremely attached to my Kuslan. It's to the point where if I have a big dog in anything, including TTRPGs and video games, I name them Muffins.
Please see
Because
Monday
my canon
Dragon
dog
Age.
is Muffins. Yeah, it's also why I like pit bulls. That's my favorite dog breed. Besides Dobermans, like, you know, I really like them pitties. Okay, don't take that out of context, you motherfuckers. And then
Clip it.
don't you fucking dare. And then there's so many other better things you could have clipped, like my sister coming in to close this. Goodness.
Done already.
And then Dragon Age 2, I was the most excited to play after Origins because I was super excited that it carried over. But also, the reason why I'm very adamant that my hawk is not white is because that Dragon Age 2 is an it's a Bollywood movie.
Oh
Everything
my
about
god!
it is a Bollywood movie. It is a Bollywood movie. The fucking length it is, it's a Bollywood movie.
Down to
All
the narration.
of it. Down to the fact that you can't fuck Varric Tetris. It is a Bollywood movie. It is a Bollywood movie. Through and through. And I
My
am so
agenda's alive.
attached to
It just needs musical numbers and
seeing
dance.
That's all I'm saying. It's literally I cannot stress enough. If you like, especially the movies that are coming out right now, so like Triple R, Bahubali, all that stuff. That's South Indian, by the way. That's not the type of Indian I am. I'm Northeast, which I can fucking talk about later. But the South Indian movies that are coming out, and if you like those, please go look at Dragon Age 2 and see that it is exactly the same. It follows the exact same beats, down to how stupid some of the people look because they're super macho, actually, down to how sexualized the women are that then kick a lot of ass. Meredith is a Bollywood bad guy. She's even white, so you know she's a bad guy. we're going patriotism as well in here, okay? It's to the point where you want to side with one oppression because the other oppression is not that oppressed enough. It's wild behavior, but it's a Bollywood movie, and that's why I'm very, very attached to Dragon Age 2. That being said, it's Inquisition. That's my favorite because Dorian is who I am the most attached to.
I love him.
Dorian, best boy!
I am attached to Dorian on a multitude of levels. We are culturally the same. Ramon Tikram is Indian. I'm Indian. We are culturally the same. I see Liara as my gay awakening because oh my god. Yeah, it is. But
We saw
Dorian
Mass
is the
Effect
first
episode.
person that I think that truthfully that I saw that I was like, oh shit. Ooh, oops. That's me. That's me if I was a man. And into like I mean he's into mustache beard care. I'm into skincare. It's the same thing. You know, like that's me. That's actually me. It's down to if I have to get like a little bit personal, we are both the same cast. Brahmin. If I was into Vinterman Drethis, we'd be in the exact same issue. We'd be in the exact same thing. He's me. That's why I need people to fully read and understand Dorian's stuff. It doesn't even have to be a romance. Please go through the Platonic route because Dorian, his existence proves a lot to me. So, it's Inquisition because it fucking paved my entire actual path to my current life.
I love the whole build-up of talking about how much you love Dragon Age 2. Just saying Inquisition was
Anyway, I love Dragon Age 2, so...
Yeah, and Origins, I'm the most attached.
They all have
we
something.
consider they're all good games.
Yes, they all have
ways.
something about them. I think we all like has
And
like
you
certain...
should play them all.
Yeah. You should.
Please
even
play
to
them
this
in
day,
order
yeah.
some point, please. I'm
Yeah.
begging. I'm begging. I'm pleading on my knees. Please play them. In
And
order.
look,
please, please,
they are hard to play.
Back to back to back.
Back to back. Play them back to back. Please, I'm begging.
I will just say, look, I know a lot of the folks here played it on PC, or not on PC, on console. So,
console, baby, only.
like, if it is hard for you to play, like, I just get some, like, I'm a mod enthusiast for Dragon Age because I couldn't play through it without mods. Like, even Inquisition, the war table, like, I'm like, we're not doing real time war table. We're getting a mod to skip that shit. Okay, like it's like So
is this what the upper class live like?
Yeah, truly.
Me on my console, playing Origins, Dragon Age 2 to Inquisition, doing everything, skipping nothing.
I'm a mod enthusiast.
If you fucking play
I'm
Origins,
not a mod enthusiast.
I've never played it on
believe in-
console or on CPU ever.
mods scare me, but if you do replay Origins, please play with a mod, specifically skip the fade
Don't
mod.
skip. No, don't skip the fade. Don't. Don't. It's the best fucking section in the game.
And then you never get it
pussy
again.
if you skip the fade. I'm sorry. And that's my hottest take.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I skipped the fade.
It's so fun.
Don't skip nothing.
Don't skip nothing. Play it as it is intended to play. And that's
like
that.
going to a museum to view a specific painting, but saying, no, put a
I'm not
sheet
gonna
over
read it.
half of it.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see the whole thing.
No,
It's so important. You cannot be a Soulless fan. Also, for anybody who likes Soulless and skip the fucking fade
It's
section.
a good thing I punched that egg in the fucking face in that one.
Look, I'm just saying. Going into Veilguard, y'all better understand the Vade. For all the people who are like, for Emma, not saying that you skip the fade, but there are lots of people who skip the fade. That's a very common mod. And then they say that they love Soulless so much.
Skip the fade because you don't get the same Dragon Age Origins fade in any of the other games.
Well,
it's
we
just a
should've.
genuine letdown throughout the
Play as a
entire
rat. Play as a rat. In the fade, you get to play as a rat, bitch. Do it for Machiavelli.
Do it for Machiavelli.
You hate Machiavelli if you don't play the fade.
Wow.
Because you get to pay. You get to play as a fucking rat.
Somebody clip that.
Play as a rat in the face.
Sad
All right,
Machiavelli.
so real quick, we got some
Sorry.
people in chat that haven't played Dragon Age.
Oh my god.
If you could
We spoiled everything.
It will.
Sorry.
They showed up. They showed up.
Give
Thank you for being
one
here.
tip. If you can give one tip to someone who hasn't played Dragon Age, what would it be?
What kind of tip though? Can we get like? Can you split it up, Chris? Can you specify? Is it a mechanic tip or a roleplay tip? What do you mean? Can you give me
Whatever you want.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
You need to cook?
Okay, I can start.
Okay.
I got a tip. I mentioned it already.
In the fade.
In the fade. No, I have two, but they are quick. One, well, kind of 1 point and then 1.2. I do recommend playing them in order, even if you started with like a later game. Just going back and playing them in order really does. BioWare's really good at weaving their threads all the way through. You get shit that continues all the way through. So if you've never done that kind of playthrough, I recommend. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you keep on your Dragon Age keep. And that's my suggestion. Mods are very helpful, jokes aside. But I would play the game straight through, no mods, at least once. At least once in your life, play them straight through as the developers intended, and then mod them to hell, baby. Mod them to hell all you want. Of course, that doesn't include, like, pretty mods, like, for your character. But, like, play everything through once. And then my superficial one is play Dragon Age 2.
What?
Oh my god, my camera.
EA is silencing!
Dude, it's the way I talked about Dragon Age 2 they started to silence me because EA fucking knows. Dragon Age 2 is easily it's the worst game of the three. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you that's only mechanically. I don't play games for the mechanics. I play them for the story. And I think Dragon Age 2 has very good writing. I think it has found family tropes, and it has the most relatable and personable main character, Hawk. Obviously, I'm not biased. I'm not dressed as Hawk at all. Play it through the lens that the developers intended. This is canon. This is real information. I am not lying. Play it through the lens that Varric is in love with you. That is straight up what the developers intended. Please do it once. Thank you. It will change the playthrough for you. Ruin my life. Continue. Next person.
I have a tip. I agree with everything Momo said. I would say for somebody who's going into Dragon Age who has never played any of the games ever, understand that Origins and 2 are old and did not age well mechanically. They're a little bit buggy. They look a little jank now. The graphics aren't great. It hasn't been remastered yet. EA. So just play it for the story, like Momo said. I don't think that's superficial at all. I think that's like super important, especially when you're going back and playing these much older games. Yeah, from 2009 and 2012. And yeah, just view it through that lens, and you'll be able to enjoy it more, because you gotta go into it knowing that it's not gonna play like a modern game plays. It's gonna play like a game from 2009 and a game from 2012, and that's just the reality of it.
Yep.
And even Inquisition is starting to show its age a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect either. It is leaps and bounds better mechanically, graphically, etc. from the other games, but they're starting to show their age a bit. It's been 10 fucking years since Inquisition. Oh god, it's been 10 years. I'm so old. Anyway, somebody else go.
I just have a real quick one, and it's for Inquisition. So, I mean, to go off what Mandy Momo said, yeah, remember that Dragon Age Origins 2009. It's like, when I recently went back and tried to play Mass Effect 1. Kind of laugh at it, and don't take it too seriously, because when you put it in the lens of a game from 2024, it's rough, very rough. But just get past the tactical cam and the clunkiness of it, and I'm a rogue player. Every playthrough I've played a mage, but play a ranged character. Melee in Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2 is rough. Because you have to use that tactical camera, melee does not feel good. That's why I feel a lot of people say mage is like canon. So, recommended range character. But however, my main point, and everyone that I've talked to that has played Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, that has kind of given up on Inquisition, please, for the love of God, leave the hinterlands.
Oh my god, that is a good tip.
So many people that I've talked to have been like, yeah, I made it to the hinterlands and they never told me what to do, and all of a sudden I'm over leveled everything, and then they're throwing level 30 things at me. You're supposed to leave around like level 7. They never tell. There's never like a king that pops up, or a, hey, you've secured the hinterlands, now we can proceed. So you kind of just are bumbling about this entry level zone, which you go back to later in the game, but they don't tell you anything. So please, once you feel like you're powerful enough to continue, go back. Just go back to where the Inquisition is, because you're not at Skyhold yet at that point.
Yeah.
Just go back and continue on the story.
It's a good
leave
tip.
the hinterlands.
Yep,
Yeah.
good tip. Okay, gang, it's getting late, and I want to do one last thing. I want to vote on what we do for our next Defend Your Romance. So I have one that I think is a good one, and I'm like trying to decide what I want the second option to be. So I think I definitely want to put in the voting Stardew Valley, because I think that one's a good one. It's a solid one. There's a lot of romance, and obviously Stardew is a big one. But for the other option, I'm either like, do we just go for the other big romance one? Because we've done the two big ones. We've done the two big BioWare ones. So I'm like, do we do something like maybe a little like less, or do we go for the big one, Baldur's Gate 3? So I'm like, we could just go in big and go Baldur's Gate 3, or I'm like, maybe we could do something a little bit like The Witcher, which I'm kind of dreading doing The Witcher because that one's gonna be really spicy. So I'm a little scared to do The Witcher.
Gonna be brawling.
That one's probably gonna be our spiciest one. I'm not even gonna joke.
People will fight.
So I want to ask you guys: should we put Baldur's Gate or The Witcher? I'm gonna ask you guys, and then we'll ask chat for what. Does anybody have any opinions?
I know Bijan wants to get in on The Witcher. I don't know if that sweetens the pot at all.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Bijan in a Defend Your Room.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love to see Bijan in one. Not too. I would rather do Baldur's Gate 3 because I already have a costume for that.
I would like to see Stardew.
Yeah.
Just because it's a little bit different.
I think Stardew is a
vibe.
little different. I'm like, guys, let's vote. Yeah. I'm like, don't even vote. Okay. I'm like, shit. I was like, let's vote.
Give me a break.
Cyberpunk. Eventually, I think we want to do I'm like, man, maybe we should break it up. Like we've done popular ones and maybe we do like little less popular ones. Like Cyberpunk, I think is a little less popular, even though obviously it's a really big game, but like the romance isn't like a huge talking point of Cyberpunk, but it can be. And there's not like a bajillion options like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Okay. So maybe we just, I'm like, sorry, Chad. I'm like, you guys can vote. Maybe we just do Stardew Valley because I think that's a good one to do next. And that one does have a lot of romance and a lot of opinions. So maybe I make the executive choice. Let's do Stardew Valley. That's gonna be our next one. I know we have a lot of we do have a lot of signups for Stardew Valley, so that should be good. So let's do that next. And then for the next one, maybe we'll vote either doing The Witcher or Baldur's Gate or Cyberpunk. We'll see. Okay. I don't know when the next Defend Your Romance is going to be because it really just depends on schedules and life. So like this one, it took a couple of months for us to get in the schedule. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be before the end of the year though. So thanks everybody for hanging out. And thanks to our wonderful, passionate presenters for giving it their all and showing up with their slides ready and giving a lot of passion to the series. I know it's very important to everybody here for different reasons. So I'm glad we got to do this one. And I think it's also appropriate because the new Dragon Age is coming out at the end of the month. So this is good timing. Yep. So yes. So that is
more Dragon Age treats on Monday.
Yes, and
oh my god,
yes,
Dragon Age on Monday.
This is just a month of Dragon Age. Holy shit!
I'm living. I'm happy. My depression is gone.
Yes, same. Join us on Monday for Dragon Age Masquerade, where we are going to have some very. If you guys have seen the art. Some very attractive characters for our Dragon Age series. So join us for that on Monday. Join us tomorrow for Ancestral Blood, Tuesday for Ignite Recall, and Wednesday for Chris and I talking about Warhammer. So that's all. I'm just gonna just send us offline because I don't have a goodbye screen and everything. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Maker bless you all. Maker bless you.
The family comes home.